Lower back pain? How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable. Even if your clients move to another state, the program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN AM Tempe, K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM, K240 EU Cotton Hills at 95.9 FM. Listen to Jim Rome and the Jungle, weekday mid-mornings on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, live from the Harmon Solar Studios.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's, what is it? Oh, yeah, look at that. It's Thursday. It's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And 24 hours from now, we will be at the Dave & Buster's in the Tempe Marketplace, having a good time, having a broadcast, eating some food, having some drinks, getting ready for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Drafts that happen at 7 p.m. From the same location. And tell you what, Radio Run has filled me in, and we are going to have raffles. There is now a list I have in front of me. It is still incomplete list, but this will give you an idea. Remember I told you about that Coleman, wherever you go, portable tailgate gas grill, Randy?
Yeah.
two burner, 11,000 BTU.
Yeah.
And I told you that we had tickets for ASU games. We got that. We for sure have tickets to ASU versus Southern Utah and some other games as well, I'm told. We got another grill, because the whole theme here is we're getting back to football. So it's tailgate time, right? So also up for grabs, a Cuisinart mini tailgate charcoal grill.
What?
Yeah.
Another grill?
Yep. 2 grills. And then a Igloo cooler, 28 quart. A couple of fold-up camping picnic chairs for tailgating, and various other station swag and football stuff. And I just saw, I don't know if I can say where from or what, but a cornhole set. Somebody's getting cornholed. I mean, somebody's getting cornhole set.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't know how that
phrasing on that.
Yeah,
one.
I'm not really sure how to say that correctly.
Yeah.
But anyways, so lots of giveaways, lots of fun, lots of food. And listen, even if you're not playing the fantasy football, you can still join us, hang out. You can still get in on that raffle. You can still try to win a prize. You can still just hang out and have a good old time. And by the way, we do have a couple of more slots available in our fantasy football. In fact, we need some people. Let me explain what happens. So we set up League 14. We got that going just fine. But then at the very last moment, some knucklehead dropped out of League 8. But what the guy didn't know when he dropped out is he's sitting on the number 2 pick. Yeah. And then over in League 2, there's a not so sweet pick, the last pick. But then some people like that last pick because you get to pick twice. And then over on the League 14, I need somebody to be the commish team, so I don't have to play that. I don't usually play in all the other leagues. So 3 guys, if we can get 3 people to join up, it would be really sweet. And I would say to the first person who says they want to do this, they get the nice pick in League 8 with the second pick or whatever the hell they want.
I'll go ahead and do it.
Randy, you're already in the Premier League. Do you want to be in more than one league?
Not really.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sun Devil Raul says, cornholing is still illegal in Alabama. He says, I want in.
No, it's not that kind of cornholing.
Yeah. Sorry. It's the beanbag game. It's probably what I should have called that. Baker's Cocky Hen says, happy Thursdays, guys. Hope everything is going great. Football getting close. I know, man. It's just around the corner, literally around the corner. From today, it is exactly 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.
Can you believe it?
I wish it was today, though. I saw my Colts are on Amazon Prime playing a preseason game, and
well, that means the Thursday night football guys are going to be on there, right?
Yeah, Al Michaels. So it'll put me to sleep. It'll make.
Did you hear what he said last week? He came out before last week's game.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I don't know what these people want me to do, like scream and shout all the time, scream and shout all the time when the game is going on.
I love Al Michaels. He's so honest about it. He's like, yeah, if it's a bad game, what am I supposed to do? Handsprings? If the game, whatever the game is, that's what we're doing. No, Sun Devil Raul, I know you're in League 14. I didn't mean you were in. I thought said you were in for the cornhole. That's what I thought you meant by that. Baker's Cocky Hen says, can my 16-year-old sign up? Well, is your 16-year-old an actual listener? That's the thing, because we like to keep these for actual listeners if possible. But if Baker's Cocky Hens, if your 16-year-old isn't in the same league as you, that way there's no collusion, then we might be able to take care of that. But if you want to send in an email, make sure I know that is Baker's Cocky Hens kid. Then I'll get you in somewhere. I'll get Elite 14. I could probably expand that a couple more teams. So yes, your 16-year-old can, but we're looking for people who are actually listening to the show to be a part of this, because everybody plays together. It's super fans of the Fourth Dimension, and there's chitter chatter back and forth, and also I can't guarantee it won't be filthy. You know what I'm saying? Navy Brad says, I am ready for the draft tomorrow. See you guys in 24 hours. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. He says, well. Looks like the Diamondbacks are about to start one of the biggest series of the year tonight against the Cincinnati Reds, who are currently a half game ahead of them in the wild card standings. Crucial 4-game series. the Diamondbacks can win 3 out of the 4 against these guys, it would really set them up nicely moving forward.
Well, yes, 100%. I agree with you on that aspect. This is probably the biggest series so far of the year for the Diamondbacks. But I hate to say this. I think the Reds have moved into a half game ahead of us in the.
You are correct.
Thing. Yeah,
the Diamondbacks are tied a half game back off of that. So
and then half game
Giants,
behind us are the Giants, and then 2 games back. That's the Miami Marlins. So it's still a tight race with about 30 games to go. And tomorrow night or tonight begins a windfall of games for the Diamondbacks. If they can just go ahead, if they can take the series, if they can take 2 of 3 in the next series that they have, it would be sweet. They could sweep the Reds. I mean, that would really put one on.
Well, and they've got 4 against the Reds. So
if they could take 3 of 4 from the Reds, is that too much for me to ask?
We'll find out. I mean, of course, we want to ask for every single game. We want every win, but you're going to get what you're going to get. We shall see. Got a lot of baseball to talk about here in a minute. Got a lot of stuff. Oh, by the way, the email address to join up for the fantasy football right now, literally, this is your last chance. After the show's over, I got to put everything into motion, lock it all down so that it's ready for tomorrow. So blender at 1580thefanatic.com. And I really would prefer that people are actually straight up listeners to the show, but if none step forward, Baker's Cocky Hens, or I'll get your kid in there. Close enough.
By the way, it brings up a good point, Jeff.
What's that?
Tomorrow it's not just exclusively for fantasy football players. Our remote broadcast tomorrow is for the entire fourth dimension.
Yeah,
don't think you're going to be walking into some snooty hall filled with cigar smoke and whiskey glasses. Well, you might walk
Dave
into
and
that,
Buster's. What are you talking about?
Dave and Buster's, and bring the family out, have fun. There are a lot of games, a lot of things to do out there, and plus we'll be out there, having fun. It's not like you're going to walk into like a football GM meeting. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, Boogie will probably lead the drunken charge from the middle of the room as far as the fun and the smack talk goes. After that, it's not serious business. It's a lot of silliness.
Come and join us, even if you're not playing fantasy football. We'd love to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's again, Dave and Buster's in the Tempe marketplace, and we are broadcasting from 3 to 6, and then of course we've got the whole draft thing happening at 7 p.m. And Big George, I've answered this about a zillion times. He says, I can't find my draft position. Of course, the app, you can't see it on the app. Why? I don't know. I don't know why, but here's the thing. I'll do you a solid. You have the number 3 pick in your league, Big George. I'm looking at it right now. You have the number 3 pick.
Now you've done it.
I know that everybody's going to want me to tell them that. And if I have to, I will. Why? Because I love the fourth dimension. You know what I'm saying? Other radio hosts wouldn't even care to tell you. They'd say, you know what? F you, figure it out yourself. You know what I mean? And the people down the dial, they would say, F you, figure it out yourself while kicking 2 puppies with each foot.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
That's how they would do it.
They're mean down the dial.
We love you down here, and we love puppies.
Of all the sports radio stations in the Valley, we're one of them, but we're the nicest.
Yeah, those sons of bitches kick puppies. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. 888-368-1580. Let's see. Sun Devil Raul says, dude, what did your Colts owner ear say about this past all-pro running back that causing Indianapolis to lose the what? We're going to talk about Jonathan Taylor here in a minute. Irsay just said stupid stuff, and now the guy wants to leave. I don't blame him. Baker's Cocky Hen says Cubs come to Arizona to sweep the Diamondbacks in September, right?
No.
Oh, you certainly hope not.
Cubs come to Arizona to get their asses kicked in September. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and just for that, your kid can't join the league now.
Yeah.
See, that's what you get. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally not like
come in here swinging all that stuff around.
Sorry, what?
You heard me.
I appreciate if they don't swing things around.
Don't come in here swinging that around.
Donnie says, "Where's Rosalie? I need advice for the 6th pick." Well, she's in Italy, so you will not get advice for the 6th pick.
Jeffrey,
what?
Ixnay on the Italy.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Miss Kim, she's in Little Italy Pizza Shop over in Phoenix, 7th Street and something. I don't know.
Much better.
So you're on your own, Donnie, for about a month, and then Rosalie will be back with us. So, by the way, people are like, I can't wait to come see Jeffrey. Blissful Hayes says race with Sun Devil Raul. Well, that's just simply not going to happen. No. I told you I'm still trying to get my blood pressure medicine straight. And then I remembered back 10 years ago when I tore my hamstring doing one of these little stunts. I should know better. And now I'm 52. And I was actually like, no, I'm serious. We will do this, Sun Devil Raul. We'll do this. And, so I drive home last night and I'm like, yeah, I could probably lose a little weight and get myself ready, get my blood pressure medication straight, and started actually trying to, yeah, I'm still pretty damn fast. And I am still pretty damn fast. But then I saw this. Kevin Hart came out on an Instagram video this morning. He's 44. So that's him 10 years ago. And he's sitting there and he's like, hey, I'm in a wheelchair. Here's why. Evidently, he was quickly humbled while betting ex-NFL running back Stevan Ridley that he could outrun him in a 40-yard dash. What a bizarre coincidence that this would get released the day after we were talking this nonsense. He tore his lower abdomen and ended up in a wheelchair. So it's not just hamstrings. He tore stomach muscles. Wow. He calls himself the stupidest man alive, trying to do young man stuff. He says he was just trying to be the fastest guy at the barbecue, but it is what it is. He's like, yeah, this is 44. He's like, it was the dumbest thing. What was I thinking? He says, you got to,
and he's in really good shape too.
Yeah, he is. He's always ripped. I think he's just working out to look muscular. I don't think he was working out to run races. It's a different a different set of muscles, right?
Yeah, but still, you have to imagine that of all the people who would tear their abdominal muscles trying to run, Kevin Hart was not very high on my list.
Actually, I think it would be because that little guy has to run 4 steps for every one of mine. So he would have to really be, giving it all he's got. So tearing an abdomen, I can see that. And I bet he never thought that was going to happen. Just like I never thought I was going to tear a hamstring 10 years ago. So I think my 40 days are over, Randy, unless it's a 40 of something in each hand.
Maybe you should have a race to see who can finish a 40 off quick.
That would be a good 40. That'd be a good 40.
Instead of running, you're drinking.
It's the only 40-yard dash that matters.
Blissful Hayes thinks 10 years is plenty of time for my hamstring to heal. You know what? It's funny. For the longest time, it would start to act up and be sore and hurt. And it has just been the last couple of years where it doesn't twinge anymore. When you tear a hamstring, that's and you're not athletic, doing what you're supposed to do. Because hell, I didn't stretch before I got it. Why would I stretch after? So I'm lucky I don't limp right now. Swazman says, by the way, Eagles versus your Colts tonight on Prime. Yes, sir. We just said that actually, and I guess I should give it a look. See how Anthony Richardson does since they are finally putting him back in there. All right, so Randy.
Yes.
You're going to have to come around and accept things.
What do I have to accept?
This is an intervention if I've ever seen one. This is an intervention, Randy. 2 headlines should be enough for you to understand what is happening and what Monty Awesomefart has in mind for your Arizona Cardinals.
I see where you're going. Okay.
The Cardinals earlier today traded Isaiah Simmons to the New York Football Giants for a 7th round pick. So they traded their 2020 first round pick for a 2024 7th round pick.
Yeah.
And then the Cardinals have now traded Josh Jones to the Texans, which, by the way, is another 2020 draft pick. So you got rid of your first 2 2020 draft picks today. I feel like you could have used Isaiah Simmons. I don't feel like a 7th round pick was that important next year.
Did you see the game, the Cardinals versus the Chiefs?
Yeah, I saw.
Did you watch anything?
Yeah.
Did you notice that number 9 on the Cardinals was wandering around out there like he didn't know where the hell he was?
Yeah, I didn't notice
Yes,
that.
it's almost like he was playing a brand new position he hadn't played before.
Yeah.
And it might have been just a little unwise.
He said he didn't want to play.
Yeah. He's
Well,
the
there's
one
a
that
couple-
wanted to play a different position.
I thought he was saying he didn't want to play
Well,
linebacker
He didn't
anymore.
want to play linebacker anymore.
Yeah, so they
he's-
moved him over.
They moved
Oh.
him over to
They
into the to the backfield.
Shouldn't
the
let him do
defensive
that.
backfield. But did you see what a horrible game this was for him? A guy that's been in the NFL now. How long?
I just sort of chalked it up to that's just the way that whole defense is going to be. I really wasn't placing it singularly on
you
Simmons.
know that Jonathan Gannon, our
Mhm.
head coach, he's a defensive minded guy, right? I mean, you
Not this
know
year.
that, right?
Not this
No.
year. You
But
don't.
I mean,
you
you
can't be
know
this year because you're
that
tanking,
his-
Randy.
His
You're tanking.
defense last year was one of the top ranked defense in the NFL. You realize that, right?
You are
Right.
tanking this year, and
So
because
the-
he is a defensive coach, this tells you even more.
doesn't make
Isaiah
any-
Simmons gone.
No.
Josh Jones
Yeah.
now gone.
Nah.
And by the
Yeah.
way, here's what you're getting. You're getting a 7th round pick. You're sending
getting
Jones in a 7th round pick to the Texans to get a
We're
5th
getting-
round pick.
Yeah, 5th round pick back.
So
yeah.
Awesome Fart's still working on the draft. You don't even care about this year. And if that
Yeah,
is
sure.
what is happening right now,
Sure.
let me tell you what that means. You are tanking.
You know, I let's just go ahead and put a pin in that over here. Just put that over here.
It's
Just
so
let-
much easier
right there.
if you
And then
embrace it.
let me give you my take on what's happening here.
Okie dokie.
The former guy in there, the old drunk Keim, he stumbled and bumbled around and made some moves. Like I bet it wouldn't surprise me that what's that other guy that came from Tulsa?
Zaven Collins.
Zaven Collins. He'll be gone next. He's out of here. He'll be out of here next. It wouldn't surprise me at all that you see more of this going on because the head coach of this football team knows what a defense is. Vance Joseph, remember, was the former defensive coordinator of this football team. He wouldn't know how to turn on a light bulb in the defensive room. Okay. But this guy knows how to, he knows what a good defense is going to be. And old drunk, he made a mess of things. And now Monty Ossenfort has to clean up the mess left behind by that big old bumbling drunk bear that used to stumble around there at the Cardinal State. I have no problem with what happened today. No problem. It's just a cleanup detail is all that was happening today.
So if I'm understanding correctly, they turned Isaiah Simmons into a 7th round pick, and then turned Josh Jones and that 7th round pick into a 5th round pick. So
You are correct.
He's wheeling and dealing.
Yeah. Oh, he still thinks it's draft night. He's still because you remember when they had the Cardinals game televised, they were showing video of Awesome Fart in the draft room. Oh, you're going to do this. You're going to do it. Oh, it looks really impressive. You know, I think he saw that and he's like, I'm not done yet.
Well,
and here we are.
What you have to realize is that he was working in the Tennessee Titans organization, and John Robinson at the time was the general manager. And John Robinson's philosophy at the time was stack picks. Just stack picks. If you stack enough picks, they're like lottery tickets. You're basically giving yourself enough scratches. You're going to land something. And so that's how he's looking at it.
Yeah. You're stacking picks in a year of tanking.
And let's put a pin in that over here, Jeffrey. Just put that over here for a minute. I don't think we're tanking. We could talk about that later, maybe week 18. We don't have to talk about that right now. Let's talk about what happened today. And today was just it was Ossenfort. He had to clean up the mess left behind by the bumbling cocaine bear that was there formerly before him. Yeah.
Wait a second. I don't remember any allegations of cocaine.
I'm gonna take him with the first overall pick. Oopie doopie doopie doopie.
He's more of an alcohol bear.
Yeah. Alcoholic bear.
You took him way too high. You shouldn't have taken him. You could have gone a hell of a lot different, a lot better. So now he has to clean this mess up. You see what I'm saying?
I hear you. So, but honestly, if you steer into the storm of tanking, it goes smoother. That's all I'm saying.
We'll put that over
We'll put
here.
it. We'll put that over there. Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, let's get into some baseball. I'll get the all your texts read up here on the text line. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
The Diamondbacks are home tonight, hosting the Cincinnati Reds as they start a 4-game series. Arizona's won 4 in a row and 7 of their last 8. They just completed a 2-game sweep of the Texas Rangers, winning on Wednesday 6-3. Merrill Kelly will get the start for the Diamondbacks tonight. Bill Williamson will counter for the Reds. Diamondbacks plus 118 on the run line, minus a 1.5, while the Reds getting a 1.5, minus 142. On the money line, Cincinnati plus 150, the Diamondbacks minus 178. The over-under is at 9. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer skills in these matters. And that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Phoenix area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Paid for by Cordell & Cordell.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
There are many questions to be answered for the Arizona Cardinals this preseason. Who will lead the Redbirds at quarterback when the season starts?
Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, dominate.
How well does this team adapt to a new offensive scheme? How will the new faces contribute to helping this team compete?
Everybody working.
When it comes to Arizona Cardinals training camp,
Here we go.
we talk about it. Your home for the NFL, playoffs, and Super Bowl 58. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Let's get caught up on the text line. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I'm still down and out with that cold. I'm going to miss today's game. I'm hoping to make it back this weekend. Sucks having to be sick when I want to make me some money. Yeah, you ever figure out who gave you that cold? Does Moist One does he have a sneeze? Does Hook'em Hottie under the weather? I think somebody owes you. That's all I'm saying. You know, somebody just came over.
You know, they weren't
outbreak
the only
monkeyed you.
Those weren't the only 2 customers he had all night. You know.
Well, I know. Just make sure it wasn't one of ours. I'm just saying. Swazman says, hey, Jeffrey, out here in Ahwatukee pet sitting and painting straw hats, making a cardinal hat for Andy. Draft tomorrow should be fun. Dude, Swazman does a lot of stuff. He always, one minute he's surfboarding or doing something in the snow, or he's watching dogs, and he just sent me a picture of these are cool hats, man. Those are cool hats. Look at that. I have no talent in regards to that. So I look up the people who actually have artistic talent like that.
Swazman is one of the most interesting men in all the world.
Yeah.
You know, you said it right. I mean, he just does a lot of different things.
He's an odd bird. I'll give you that. Baker's Cocky Hen says, in my younger days, I dropped 500 plus pounds on my thigh trying to lift a metal cart full of wooden cabinet doors from a trunk that wouldn't roll down a ramp. It bruised immediately, and 10 years later, it still has an indent in the muscle. I raised someone the next day like an idiot with a bruise that covered my entire thigh for a month. Damn. Yeah, I've got one that is even going to go farther back in time. In 3rd grade, I'm sitting here. There's a Carol on my right. She's a kind of a malcontented little girl. And then on my left, Janine, the girl I was in love with. And we're sitting there, and I'm like, I have to sneeze. So I'm like, oh, not in that direction. Now I love Janine. Achoo. And I sneezed on Carol, and she went, Jeffrey, and she took her pencil and stabbed me right in the thigh, broke the lead off, and I still have a little piece of number 2 pencil in my leg. I learned a valuable lesson there.
That's not very good.
Yeah, I probably should have just used my hands or something, or used my arm. I didn't know. I was just, what was I? 8, 9?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I've got that now. I guess 40 plus years later. You guys have any stories like that?
I mean,
no, I don't have any long lasting scars or anything. No.
It's not a scar, but I remember I liked climbing around on stuff when I was a kid. I don't know, like 9 or 10. So I somehow got up on top of the church and realized I couldn't quite get back down. I climbed from a tree to the top of the church.
Right.
So I tried to jump off and tuck and roll like, in an action movie. And my knees have been horrible since.
Wow.
I
think that's worse than mine.
Could I ever have been fast? I don't know. I never got to find out. I always run for stamina now because I can't run for speed. I'll never know.
That move there assured you would be in sports talk radio.
Basically, yeah.
You would not be an athlete.
So I mean,
you would be in sports talk radio.
I probably could have been a fast person because I used to be able to dunk, but
you should have stayed up there, waited till they got you, and said, I was just trying to be closer to God. And then they were like, oh,
that'd have been smart. Except I knew that no matter what I said, my dad was going to beat my ass. So I had to figure out how to get down from on top of that church.
Yeah.
I know good and well I shouldn't have been up there.
My situation is even the minute she stabbed me in the leg and I was like, and she got in trouble. And I was just like, no, that was fair. I was like, there is no arguing here. So, what are you going to do? Let's see. Let's get caught up on this text line. It's getting out of control here. We got a lot of baseball to talk about. I want to get to that here in a second. Bruno Baller says, what do you guys think about the Cardinals only getting a 7th round pick for Simmons? Well, according to Randy, that was pretty good because his play was booty last time he's played.
And also you're talking about a guy that's mostly through that rookie deal. Basically, you're not. So when a team is getting a person, unless they think he's going to be an impact, get us to the Super Bowl right now kind of guy, that's around what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Mr. Pink Eye says, will there be a turtle at the draft party? No, you will not be able to make out with a salmonella laced turtle at the draft party. Not this remote, maybe the next one. Sun Devil Raul says, definitely a tank job by the Cardinals GM Austin Pepper. Or is he a bigger alcoholic than the less GM? The dude seems like he's pretty sharp. I'll be honest. Your GM does seem like he's pretty sharp.
And he's
I don't know how somebody can. I'm sorry, Keon. Go ahead here in just a sec. I don't know how you can say this guy's a loser. He hasn't done hardly anything yet. I mean, go ahead, Keon.
Yeah, and he's a guy that worked in an organization that was very good about making moves and making trades and sort of knowing what the team was about, what the coach wanted to do, and trying to build around that. So now that he's here, he's obviously going to try and build around whatever it is that Jonathan Gannon wants to do. You had a guy in Isaiah Simmons who thought, I'd rather be, playing in the secondary rather than being a linebacker. So they allowed him to do that, and it just wasn't working out. And then on top of that, I don't know specifically in what ways Jonathan Gannon's system is going to be different from Vance Joseph's, but maybe Simmons just was proving to not be a very good fit. And at that point, you just get out of that. There's no reason to hang on to a guy that can give you some value. You can bring in somebody else who's going to be a better fit for what the head coach wants to do.
I mean, I think the writing was on the wall earlier in this preseason. The Cardinals turned down his option. They were not going to extend him. It was clear they were going to try to move him. I mean, at least in my mind, it was clear. When you take an athlete like this and the guy he's on his rookie deal and you don't extend him, that means you don't want him. And so they got something for him, and I applaud them for getting something. And they were able to make another move and get another draft pick. So I'm happy for him. I think it was a good move.
Wow. A lot of stuff happening on with the Cardinals right now. I'll tell you who brought my attention to that. It was Slim Pickens' hat. He says, why trade for a quarterback if you're tanking? And I looked over at my news feed. Sure enough, the Browns have traded Joshua Dobbs to the Arizona Cardinals. This is sort of explaining why Jonathan Gannon wasn't making Colt McCoy the starting quarterback. Does Dobbs come in here and become the starting quarterback for the Cardinals?
I mean, the move just happened today. So
I'll answer the question, though, Slim Pickens hat. Why trade for a quarterback if you're tanking? Because you have to make it look like an accident. You have to make it look like you didn't tank on purpose. You know, this is why they traded for Joshua Dobbs. Can anyone tell me his stats from his last game? No. Does anybody remember him ever playing in a game before?
I mean,
no.
I do. It wasn't.
I'm guessing
it wasn't great.
Right. For the Browns? Or, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't think this affects the tanking, but
yeah, and that's if he makes the roster even. I mean, I'm not going to read too much into that trade. We have a serious, legitimate battle between Colt McCoy and Clayton Tune going on right now. So that's not a great sign either. It's just you showed up on to a team that doesn't have a whole lot going on. And the quarterback position behind Kyler Murray, like, what do you do? Like, there wasn't a whole lot of options.
Yeah, Joshua Dobbs, now just seeing a picture of him for the first time ever. First thing I thought was, Ryan Shazier had a kid? Anyway, 888-368-1580. Now you can't unsee it, can you?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know if he had a similar condition to that, where he, doesn't have eyebrows or hair, really.
Is Dobbs the kid that came out of Tennessee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tanking.
He was solid at Tennessee, but there's a difference between college good and NFL good, and he hit that wall pretty hard pretty early.
Tanking. Mr. Wilbur says, I'm not trying to sound insensitive to Isaiah Simmons, but it did seem he did not have the mental aptitude to play at this level. If the Giants can somehow educate him how to play at the NFL level, more power to him.
More power to him, but also, and I do think you do have to put some of it on Vance Joseph. Isaiah Simmons is a kind of a tweener. He has a body type that can play a lot of different positions. And so he never really got to master one. Vance Joseph kind of put him all over the place. And so the upside of that was, look, if you need some versatility in your scheme, that you can always have Isaiah Simmons out on the field. But the downside is the guy never mastered anything. So he's sort of really good at a lot of stuff, but he's not great at anything. And that kind of works against him. Maybe it'll work for him in New York, or maybe they'll find him a spot that'll actually, use his skill set really well.
The Erectinator says, Cardinals, age of a new era. Well, that's clever.
Okay, it's been a few months, so maybe wait a little.
Silver Pop says Cardinals traded that 5th round pick from the Jones and Simmons trade and trades for the round pick to the Browns for the quarterback Josh Dobbs. All of this was just to get Dobbs. Wow. Last Optimist says, yep, he says the exact same thing. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I have no idea who gave me this cold. I come in contact with so many people. I'm sure it wasn't the Hook'em Hottie or the moist one. It's probably the moist one. Big George says, I'm just excited that Josh Dobbs is now an Arizona Cardinal. Thank you, Cleveland Browns. That might be sarcasm. Historian says, I have pencil lead in my knee from band practice all over an 8th grade girl.
You want to?
Yeah, there's not much.
Explain the story there.
Did you fight with another kid over an 8th grade girl, or Fighting Wampa says Cardinals just traded a quarterback? Okay, we're good. Thank you, Fighting Wampa. He's like, oh, busy birds today. Yeah, why today? Is Awesome Fart just trying to get all his work done today so he can take tomorrow off?
Well, I think next Tuesday they lock in the. Don't they lock in the?
Yeah.
The 53-man roster.
So that's like 4 days from now. I mean, if you're going to make that move, you're making the move now. I mean, that's basically.
I don't think they're done. I think over the next few days, you're going to see more stuff out of the Cardinals.
And just keep in mind that even though the 5th round pick goes for Dobbs, they got a boatload of picks.
Yeah.
They made so many moves during the draft. They made a boatload of picks. And I just think, the quarterback situation, I noticed that between Colt McCoy and Clayton Tune and now Josh Dobbs, you have different kinds of quarterback. So maybe you can try them all out and see what fits for you. So next
this team
year,
ain't going to tank itself. You got to have different quarterbacks to tank in different situations.
Let's just put that.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying,
I am.
Thing. Let's tack that over.
If Kyler's not your quarterback of the future, what kind of quarterback would you like?
Thank you. The Bears fan says, I got you beat, Jeffrey. I got pencil lead in both thighs from a very similar incident since elementary school. I'm 45 now. Well, just because you're older than me. But yeah, I mean, mine was in elementary school too. So Slim Pickens hat says, knows the system. Average Joe says, Drew Petzing worked with him as Brown's QB coach. That's what Slim Pickens had.
That is, and that's going to give him a little bit of an advantage. Just saying.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, hell yeah, Browns down to 2 quarterbacks, Dorian Thompson-Robinson for Rookie of the Year. Throw a couple of bucks on that and hope karma takes out Watson. You and I agree on the very last sentence of that text, and that's all that matters. The Whopper says, Simmons looked lost. Many plays, he'd be the last guy around the play, always late, man without a position. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw him sort of, his number would always wander into the picture after the play was kind of already over.
Yeah,
I mean, he made some key plays for the Cardinals, but it was he never amounted to be what he was at Clemson. At Clemson, he was a monster, man. I mean, he was all over the field. He was flying around. He often would lead the team in tackles. He would go get the quarterback. I mean, he was just all over the place. But here at the Cardinals, he never materialized. It was like, I don't know.
Bruno Baller says, there's some delusional Giants fans out there that think they got a steal in the trade, and now they've got their next Lawrence Taylor. Oh, DeBoll is kind of talking that way. Oh, he's very excited.
Well, but see, that if they're going to try to put him at a linebacker, sorry, that already tried that here in Cardinal land. It didn't work. So maybe you have some magic juice there that you can make him drink that to believe that he could be a linebacker. He's not built like a linebacker.
No, like it's like I said, he's a tweener. He's not big enough to be a linebacker, but he's kind of too big to be a safety or a corner, which is what he prefers to be. And he doesn't have that speed. I don't know. There's like a lot of things where he's in between. And I do kind of wish that even though they were trying to use him as a Swiss Army knife, I do kind of wish that the Cardinals kind of chose a thing for him to be so that he knew what his role was. He never really did. And so he looks lost because he has been lost. They never really gave him sort of what he needed to figure out, okay, when this happens, I'm supposed to be here. That's a hard thing to come back from as a player. You don't know where the hell you're supposed to be.
Mad Triathlete says, I am now 74 years old and I still have a lock on a sub 1340. That's with only 1 year left on the old pacemaker. 1 year left on the pacemaker. What do you mean? They just got to go in there and replace the battery, or how does that? I don't even know how that whole thing works.
I wouldn't. If it was possible, and I don't know exactly the situation there. Maybe I wouldn't wait within a year of it. Maybe.
I don't know. Some people are so cheap they'll wait until like 2 weeks after. Like I can make it.
The thing that's keeping my heart going, I'm going to be very on top of that.
Yeah, we'll see how you feel about it when you're 74, though. The Jet says, I happen to have a lot of lead in my pencil, if you know what I mean. Feel like you see a doctor about that. Tiger Paws says, talk is that they wanted jobs because of the familiarity with the offensive coordinator. They're both from Cleveland, and quarterback knows the scheme, and they like his arm. There you go, Tiger Paws. King of Kitten says, a West Valley traffic alert. Beyonce's tour is playing Cardinal Stadium tonight. Traffic sucks on the west side, especially on the Loop 101 and the I-10. Aren't you glad? Wait, is she doing a show tomorrow night too? I'm going to say I'm glad she's doing this tonight, not tomorrow when everybody's trying to get to the Tempe marketplace for our remote broadcast at Dave & Buster's. We better check on that. People might want to leave a little early. Yeah. To hell with the commercial break. Let's just get this sorted out. Historian says 8th grade band practice, pencil jabbing to prove was better. He got the knee. I got the back of his hand. Drawing serious blood. I didn't get that. The pencil. I stabbed a kid in the hand with a fork once because he tried to take my French fries. Blissful A says, what's going to happen to the great quarterback, David Blau? He'll get cut.
Yeah, that's the writing on the wall is what it looks like there. I know that they've got that third quarterback rule, but they're not keeping him. Also, good news, just tonight.
Just tonight. That is very good news.
Just tonight.
Beyonce's in town just tonight.
Just tonight. And then she'll be out of Dodge tomorrow.
Wait, when is she in Dodge? I thought she was in Glendale.
She is in Glendale.
Oh,
figure of speech. I didn't mean literally.
What language?
She'll be out of Glendale tonight, Jeffrey.
That's what I thought we already established that.
Now
he's bringing up Dodge.
Just a phrase.
No, I wouldn't.
Just a phrase.
Does she have like a supersonic jet?
No.
Cowboy Sparky says, I got pencil lead in my chest still, Jeffrey. I can move that tip around. Seriously. So somebody stabbed you. I guess it's not unique that everybody's getting stabbed by pencils when they were kids. Can Beyonce do the draft order, says Pink Eye? No, it's already been done. We're already set. All right, everybody stop texting because I got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk some baseball. A lot happened yesterday and today. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's single, spicy chicken sandwich, medium frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's single and a frosty for me.
and a frosty. Okay, who said frosty and a frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. Oh, thank you. What does it say? Beware. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of hospitalization from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
And now, here are the top 3 things experts recommend you do to survive the summer with a broken AC. 1, breathe very slowly. 2, do not make any sudden moves until help arrives.
Just ignore it.
3, calmly express your disappointment to your husband for neglecting service on your air conditioner.
They finally get me unstuck from this leather chair. I'm gonna kick your...
Summers in Arizona are brutal. That's why thousands of Arizonans depend on Desert Diamond Air. From 24/7 emergency service to diagnostic checkups to full replacement, Desert Diamond specializes in both residential and commercial HVAC systems with competitive pricing and experience to service and repair all major AC brands. With federal tax credits up to $2,000, it's a great time to replace your AC system. Go to desertdiamondair.com or call 602-362-4599. That's 602-362-4599. Or search Desert Diamond Air on your mobile phone.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. During the break, I was able to take care of getting some more people into some of our fantasy football leagues. And so now, really, I just need 2 more people. I only need 2 more people where I can just relax 4 more people to make it interesting, but 2 more people would be nice. 888-368-1580. Yeah, one of those people would get the number 3 pick in League 14, and the other person would get the 10th pick in League 2. But, some people like that pick because you get to do, 2 picks, right away. I'm just saying. 888-368-1580. I think we should talk a little baseball right now. I'll get caught up with the rest of you. The first thing we needed was an intervention for Randy to let him know that you might want to just steer into the whole tanking thing, but he's asked me to put a pin on it. So we'll pin that up over there as he requested. The next thing is,
I don't see how we're tanking when we got rid of a couple of guys. It doesn't signal tanking to me.
Yeah, okay. Keon, really sorry about your team there, your Nationals. Stone Garrett is now on the injured list with a fractured fibula. Going after a home run last night, he came down and snap. There goes his leg. Broke his leg. That was weird. I can't imagine how. Perfectly healthy guy. That's just a freak thing, right? How do you break your leg jumping up like that?
Yeah,
I guess Paul George did it.
Yeah, it is just a freak accident. Every now and then, there's enough stress on the bone, and it goes. I don't know what to say about it other than that.
I would stop calling him Stone Garrett. I'd call him Bone Garrett. That's what we would call him in the dugout when he came back, right, Randy? Call him Bone Garrett. What's up, Bone?
I might call him Bone, but what's the
Stony
better
Boney
name for him? No.
Boney Stony?
No. Brittle Bones.
Bone Break It instead of Stone Garrett.
Brittle Bones Garrett.
Sup, osteoporosis?
There you go. Hey, osteoporosis Bones Garrett.
Damn.
Hey, listen, you got to understand how a dugout works. You got to understand how a locker room works, Keon. Yeah, somebody could come back and battling some horrible disease, and you'd still turn to him and go, "What's up, chemotherapy?" There's just because you gotta make it normal when they come back. Everybody razzes everybody.
Yeah, and when he goes back out, hey, don't break a leg. Stuff like that.
So that's but it was not great for Stone Garrett. Also not great for Steven Strasburg. He has decided to retire after playing his entire career hurting and in pain. He's made enough money, I think, where he'll be okay.
Oh yeah, they paid him a lot, especially after that the 2019 the World Series championship.
Yeah,
and he was the World Series MVP, and boy, he had a hell of a run.
What was wrong with him in the?
No, his arm is just destroyed.
Yeah, this
thoracic outlet syndrome.
Yeah, it just basically affects the nerves in his arm. It basically hurts all the time just to move it.
They removed a rib and 2 of his neck muscles trying to help. Holy crap! Yeah, I didn't know you could just remove somebody's neck muscles and they still would be like not doing like
Well, yeah, how do you keep his head up? The other muscles compensate. It's basically how that works. But it was supposed to help him have that freedom of movement with the arm to hopefully get him back out on the mound so he could pitch. He really wanted to go back. He tried so hard, and I'll never, sure, there are plenty of players who are injury prone and people make fun of those guys. I don't, because you just can't help the injuries that happen to you. And for him, he battled so hard and worked his ass off to try and get back out there. It just was not going to happen. The nerves in his hand, he couldn't really grip the baseball. He could never reach the level that he did, but that run in 2019, he'll always have that. Yeah. We'll always have that as Nationals fans.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hope he enjoys retirement. All the money that he got, that dude earned it.
Well, yeah, look at that. In 2019, he went 18-6 and in National League wins, and he threw a National League high 209 innings. You can't say he's soft, Randy.
Oh no, he's not soft at all. No, this guy's a fighter. I've been watching him since he was in college, and it's unfortunate we don't get to see him finish out his career. But wow, while he was here, certainly he burned bright. I give him nothing but props and a lot of respect. And I hope there's some way for him to get some relief because this sort of thing, this is like Keon said. I mean, we don't understand the kind of pain this is. This is it is a nerve disorder. It's a compression on the nerves. So I'm sure he's just in excruciating pain. And the only thing they can do, they've done all of the, you know, the big stuff. They've removed some bones, removed some muscles to try to alleviate that. Maybe with physical therapy and pain management over time of him not using that arm to throw, maybe it'll subside and he won't have this issue. But wow, good luck to him and congratulations on a career and on a world championship.
Yeah.
My wife calls when she goes shopping pain management. She's just like, I got to go do some pain management. Well, you want me to come with you? It wouldn't be pain management if you did.
No.
Mr.
Retail
Pringle
therapy.
says since signing that $245 million deal with the Washington Nationals, he has pitched 31 1/3 innings.
Yeah, it's sad, but they paid him for what he gave them. And that was a championship. And in that playoff run, anytime they needed a W, Strauss was going out to pitch. Didn't even worry about it. You didn't even worry about it. Like that was
essentially game over.
Dude was automatic. So
it was
I wish he could have played more. I wish he could have played longer. I'm sure he wishes that too, because he tried everything. But sometimes that's just not the way it works. Life's just unfair like that. But trust me, he'll never buy another drink in Washington again. As long as he lives. He's a made man.
Nick Foles has a statue. Baker's Cocky Hen says, sounds like Simmons is a failed version of Brian Urlacher. Do we know if his study habits were similar to Kyler's? It doesn't matter now. Baker's Cocky Hens, he's somebody else's guy now.
And
leave Randy alone.
I think that I don't know that it's a study habits thing. I mean, Randy goes after Vance Joseph all the time. And I think that one of the things that Vance Joseph failed at the most was finding a role for that dude. He never had one. Like you can't ask somebody to come into the league and they don't really have a job.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you exactly what Steve Keim drafted this guy for. And that was to bring him in to bring to be some sort of stellar athletic linebacker like one Darrell Washington Jr. that came in here and electrified the Cardinals offense or defense, several years before Simmons showed up. And they thought they had a home run on replacing Darrell Washington by bringing in Isaiah Simmons, and it didn't work out. He was not a linebacker by trade. Simmons or Washington was. Washington, that's all he knew. He played that from Pee Wee football all the way through. He knew nothing more than to go get the quarterback or hunt the ball down or to be an electrifying linebacker. And they were hoping that Simmons was going to fill that role, and he just didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Cowboy Sparky wants to know if Beyonce can throw a football. Oh, I bet she could. I bet she could.
Probably. I mean,
I know, or she'll throw it like a girl. You know what I mean? Like a. Is she a girly girl, or is she like just like
she's a girly girl?
She's a cool girl. You know, like somebody could throw a spiral, or she's like.
I think she's a girly girl.
I don't know. She seems kind of badass.
I mean,
what makes you think she's badass?
No. This is the way she handles herself. The way she handles her business. You know what I'm saying? The way she comes out there, she's like, remember she did the Super Bowl. Oh, she scared the hell out of me. She was intimidating. Just me? All right.
No, I mean, but I don't know though. Like that doesn't. I know plenty of manly men who can't throw a football because they just don't.
Let me tell you, Shakira could have thrown a football. J-Lo, no, she ain't throwing nothing.
See, I think
she'll throw nothing but a fit.
I think J-Lo could throw the football.
No,
I think
you got it wrong.
Shakira
is so much more athletic. Huh? I think we could use her this season, even at her age.
On the Colts?
Yes. This is an interesting
starting at linebacker, Shakira.
Yeah. Oh no, quarterback.
Quarterback.
We should look at all the lady singers and try to figure out which one of them would. I mean, we should do a draft.
The lady singer draft for the NFL.
Who would be like the best the best quarterback of all the ladies. Like Taylor Swift, she's 5'11". And there's nothing, I am told, that there's nothing she does wrong. I mean, I've seen her. She's a bad actor. That's all I can know. So she might be. Okay,
there's plenty of bad actors in the NFL.
It's true. A lot of bad actors in the NBA.
Many.
Oh, that flopping. Ugh.
No, that's just
Ugh. I wasn't done talking about baseball, by the way. Bruno Baller says, what was that part Beyonce played in Austin Powers? Foxy Cleopatra is correct. Yes. She was actually pretty good in that.
Yeah.
I had no problems with her in that. She was pretty good in that. Baker's Cocky Hen says, it sucks when injuries derail amazing pitchers' careers. I remember when Mark Pryor was the next Maddox, ran into second baseman's shoulder, never the same. Terry Wood, multiple dumb injuries. Yeah, it is a shame when those things do happen. That is hour one down. We have 2 hours to go. A little bit of baseball to talk about, a lot of football to talk about. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
After a big dinner, my nighttime heartburn would keep me up. I'd be taking antacid after antacid all night long. But then I tried Prilosec OTC. Just one pill a day blocks my frequent heartburn for a full 24 hours, giving me one-and-done heartburn relief. Without heartburn keeping me up, I could have a restful night's sleep.
Prilosec OTC. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 368-1580 as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I have a lot of news sort of breaking here and there this afternoon. Just saw a thing where Giannis Antetokounmpo says he's not going to sign an extension unless he gets a commitment from the Bucks that they are seriously going to pursue a title. Basically saying, hey, you need to make sure that this team is not just me, but ready to compete for a championship. So well, that's interesting.
I don't blame him. I mean, the last time that he signed an extension, which it was $250 million extension. The last time he signed it, they made a commitment to try to make a championship team. They were going to surround him with players, and
but they did. They won.
Well, yeah.
No, this was after he led them to the championship over the.
I see what you're saying.
And he signed that. I think it was the next season. He signed that extension, $250 million. I think it was $260 million. And they had and he had said, I'm going to sign this. I'm going to stay here, but I want a championship franchise. It's not the only championship I want. Let's work. But my quandary is, dude, you just took all the money. It's like sucking all the air out of the room. How do you expect the rest of the people, to come in here and make a living alongside of you, sucking all the money up?
I mean, look, teams have figured this stuff out before. The cap is going up. It always goes up. That and draft. Figure out how to draft. Continue to put players around him that way, or move the draft pick so that you can get stars. It's the only leverage that Giannis has on this to make sure that they're committed to it, because the alternative is you're Damian Lillard. You signed the long-term deal that ages well, the cap space is there, and the team still can't build a winner around you. So I just think not just that the commitment needs to be there, but you got to start to see them making those moves beforehand so that okay.
Well, didn't they extend? Is it Middleton and who was the other guy that the third?
Drew Holiday.
Holiday and Middleton. Didn't they extended those guys along with Giannis? Right. I mean,
yeah.
He essentially had a championship winning team around him. Right.
Which helps. But you got to have role players. You got to have a bench.
Well, how many guys are they short right now? You know what I'm saying? How many guys are they short? What do the Bucks have to do? Say, all right, Giannis, here's what we're going to do. We're going to work on this. We're going to work on that.
I mean, for them, one of the issues was depth. The other issue is, especially when Middleton got hurt. I mean, Middleton got hurt a decent amount, and there wasn't anybody else there to help. The other issue is, what Giannis is. You know what his weaknesses are.
He's not a monster.
He's a monster, but he's not a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Put shooters around him.
He's a monster, though.
Like the aggressive moves to go find shooters. Like the Suns this offseason, they didn't have a ton of cap space. They had Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. They found shooters. This whole team from top to bottom can shoot the basketball. Like find a way to make it work. You've got a superstar. You know what a superstar costs. Go out and get guys who can shoot the basketball. Like this is not
see your hands.
Oh boy.
No. It's purely cranial. No. What if Kevin Durant were after this year, Kevin Durant's like, I'm gonna go do something else, and we get Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh my God.
Oh.
See, this is what happens when you have your money bags owner throwing money around all over the place.
No, Kevin Durant goes.
No, hold on.
We can afford him.
Hold on. And then you got this is the problem that Yankees fans and Dodgers fans fall into. You solve all of your problems with, why don't we just go get the next star? And you stop thinking about, what do we draft a guy and develop our own Giannis?
Why don't you mind your own business?
I'm simply telling you, if you fall into that trap, what if we could go get this guy?
It's a fantasy. That's why they call it a fantasy.
It is a fantasy, but I'm just saying.
Just in here, like, would it be weird if
it'd be crazy?
We win a championship with the guy who beat us in a championship? Is that, is that?
Yeah, I mean,
uncouth.
It would. I mean, if you could make it happen.
Well, the Suns did have Shaquille O'Neal on the team for a while.
We didn't win a championship with him.
No, we didn't win a championship.
We've never won a championship.
No,
with anybody.
I'm fully aware of that. Yeah, fully aware of that.
Because of that, I don't think it's uncouth.
I've lived here in 1962. I've been a Suns fan since they were.
Yeah, but I've been a Suns fan
became
longer.
a
I
team.
know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
What? All I know is, yes, if we can get Giannis Antetokounmpo,
If you can, but
we can. Look at our owner.
okay, is it a fantasy or is it not?
He'll pull out an American Express black card, be like, "There you go."
Okay, there's a
Me and Jerry
there's this thing
Seinfeld, the only
called a
ones with us.
salary
Do it.
cap.
Here's the thing,
Cap
though.
schmap. We're gonna win.
I'm with Keon on this. What happened to drafting well? What happened to drafting effectively for a future of a team?
We're running out of years, Randy. You and me. We're closer to the end than we are to the beginning.
Okay, but still, I mean, the Warriors won championships.
Ah.
Their next sight isn't on who they can buy. That's why they've got Jonathan Kuminga in their system, trying to bring him up. That's what they were trying to do with Jordan Poole. Like you have to also be working on the future from inside your organization. Everything can't be buy the next guy, because that's not sustainable. You can't keep doing it.
I'm just going to fantasize quietly. You guys go ahead and talk.
Well, if it's just a fantasy, then go ahead and have the fantasy. But when you're like, oh no, Ishbia is going to do it, well, then that's not a fantasy anymore.
All your talking ruined my fantasy. I just have to do that later. 888-368-1580. So Lost Taco is went ahead and joined up one of our fantasy football leagues. So we're good now. But here's the deal. We still need 2 more people. 2 more people would be great. I need somebody for League 2, and I need somebody to take over Commissioner's team in League 14. So I think we may have another person ready for League 2, but we could still, I think, just one more guy after that, because it has been crazy, Randy. I right when I think I've got it all sorted, then it turns out, oh, this person, that person moved.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to keep doing this. We got to hire like somebody to do this.
Buddy, you're the hardest working man in sports. I already said that yesterday on this very program.
Maybe we get an unpaid intern.
You are the hardest working man in professional sports. And I think there should be somebody out there in the fourth dimension that wants to step up now and help Jeffrey and take over this commissioner's team in the fantasy football league. 888-368-1580 or Blender at 1580thefanatic.com.
I don't think you understand here. I'm looking for somebody to take over the commissioner's team and just play. I do all the commissioner stuff. All they have to do is play the team. What I think would be great is if I could find somebody to run the whole damn thing for me. All 14 leagues.
Oh, you mean somebody to take over as commissioner?
It is hard work. That's all I'm saying. It's like herding kittens. Big George says he'll do it. Yeah.
Be the new commissioner?
I don't think so, George. I don't know.
Why wouldn't Big George be a qualified applicant?
Because he'd see somebody have a bad week in fantasy football and he'd be like, fire that guy. And he'll like delete them from the league.
League 9 is going to have 2 teams in it by week 7. Also, Big George.
Is that true, Big George? That wouldn't be true, Big George.
He'd fire them so fast.
Big George.
Big George is a lawyer and the parent of a small child. Does he have the time?
He's the parent of 2 small children.
Oh, that's
right?
true.
I mean,
that is about to be 2 small children. That's
Let's
true.
be honest. He texts in for the better part of all 3 hours. He's got time. 888-368-1580. So before we get to talking the NFL stuff here, I got some baseball stuff to talk about. By the way, if you want to join the fantasy football, it's Blender at 1580thefanatic.com. I got a couple of slots left. I'll open up 2 more slots if we have to. So 4 people are like, hey, we want to. I'm not going to leave anybody out, but we'd like to bring in a couple of people here. Anyways, so back to the baseball injuries. So the Nationals, we were like, oh my God, we lost our pitcher. Oh my God, we lost an outfielder. And then the Angels are like, hold our beer. Shohei Ohtani has an elbow tear. It's a tear. He will not pitch again this season. Let me ask you, Mr. Baseball, since you know these things, is this ulnar collateral ligament there in his right elbow? Is that the Tommy John thing where he gets the Tommy Johns?
That's exactly right.
And he comes back and throws the ball like that kid with a...
No, this would be his second Tommy John surgery too, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And there's not been a huge track record of guys that. And I don't want to jinx this. I think Shohei Ohtani is an incredible phenomenon, an uber talented ball player. But very few guys come back from a second Tommy John surgery and are effective. You lose velocity, you lose some bite on your breaking pitches, and it would seem that this tendon tear has just eliminated Shohei Ohtani from being continuing on as a Major League Baseball pitcher. Now, how does this affect his batting? Well, he's a left-handed batter, and he will. That's his strong arm. So he will have to rehab, and he'll have to build up his hitting again. But he can return and hit. Well, can he play in the outfield? Well, yes, he can play in the outfield. More than likely, he'll become mostly a designated hitter and maybe a sometime outfielder.
Well, you don't pay a designated hitter or sometime outfielder a $500 million contract. His trajectory has just changed dramatically.
I mean, I think so. There are those out there like Eddie Munster at ESPN. He continues to say that, I don't see this as being a problem for Shohei Ohtani. Somebody's going to pay $500 million for him. I disagree 110%. I think when they announced yesterday that he had torn this ulnar collateral ligament, you could just go ahead and just tear that check up. He's no longer going to get anywhere close to $500 million.
If this had happened next year, it would all been guaranteed.
Well, it probably. If he would have finished out this year and not had this injury, and I just feel sick for the kid. I feel sick for him because all he wants to do is play ball. He doesn't want to get into the politics of the thing. He just wants to go out and put the uniform on and get his glove and go out and play ball. He's a kid, and that's all he wants to do.
Well, there is hope. You could have the surgery and come back. You say it's not a normal thing, but maybe there's still hope. But
maybe
he'll have a place in the game to be a hitter or a fielder or something. But it ain't going to be at $500 million. But at least he'll still be in the game, right?
Look at Bryce Harper. He had the same injury basically. He had to leave. He had to come back from surgery. He had to rehab, get back in there. He's playing part-time at first base, part-time DH, part-time in the outfield. But the guy is nowhere near what he was before the injury. So, and very few pitchers come back and become major league pitchers again. I mean, think of Steven Strasburg. Look what's happening with him. Now imagine you've had this tendon replaced twice, and that strain and stress on your arm. It's just they're not going to let him go out there and do this again.
So Ohtani's got about $50 million in the bank, so whatever happens next, it's not what he had hoped it would be. But like you said, he just wants to play some ball. He'll still get to come back and play some sort of ball.
And his only demand really was that he wanted to play on a team that competes. One of the things that makes him miserable about playing for the Angels is that they're just not any good. So I think that's probably his biggest priority is if he can get on a team that's good, that can go to the playoffs, that can threaten to win a World Series. Honestly, I think that might be more important to him than money.
Now, imagine the Yankees with Shohei Ohtani instead of Giancarlo Stanton, who, in my opinion, is the biggest overrated player on the Yankees. I think he's enormously overpaid and overrated. But imagine if Shohei Ohtani is on the Yankees. What would the Yankees pay for a guy that can't pitch like he used to before this injury, but can still come up there with a bat, and he can play occasionally in the outfield. Maybe he can play a little first base too. I mean, he's a big dude. So maybe he plays a little first base. You teach him, and he's left-handed. So, you teach him how to play a little first base. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The kid has enough talent to do anything he wants to. I just don't think he's going to come back and pitch the way he was before. Before, I think he was above average as a pitcher. He sure had the stuff to be a quality pitcher and on a good team. Maybe he could have competed for a Cy Young. I don't think he would have ever won a Cy Young, but put the kid, give him a glove and let him go out there and play first base and he hits the ball out of with a torn ligament. He hit one 424 feet yesterday. He played both halves of the doubleheader. So the kid's tough.
So we're done with the MVP conversation on him, right?
I don't know.
You think he can still win that?
I think I don't know. Maybe.
I mean,
we're late in the season. Maybe he's done enough to warrant it. I mean, who are you going to put in there at MVP? Who's close to him?
And he's still hitting home runs at a ridiculous pace. You know.
Well, but they've shut him down from pitching.
Yeah.
Does that mean they're going to? If I'm the Angels, don't I? I mean, here's the morality of the thing.
Wait until the off season.
If I'm the GM, do I continue to play this kid?
If you're designated hitting on him and he's okay doing it, it's not going to make it worse. It's just you got to have the surgery anyway.
What if he gets in a collision out on the base path somewhere? You know, you could ruin this kid.
You could ruin him in a regular game. I don't know.
We're not talking about regular game here. We're talking about a phenomenon. We're talking about a kid that came into the game that changed the game, and he played it a way it hasn't been played in, you know, almost 100 years since Babe Ruth and those guys were playing the game. You know, I mean, this is a kid. Baseball hasn't seen something like this in so long. It's not even funny. And he came out and he was great at it.
I'll throw some names out for the American League MVP race. This is from Sportsnet. Shohei Ohtani's number 1 on the list, but number 2, they've got Corey Seager. Number 3, they've got Marcus Semien. Number 4, they have Kyle Tucker. And number 5, they've got Luis Robert Jr.
I mean, Seager's probably the closest to getting.
Yeah, as far as the batting average, on base percentage, slugging percentage, their numbers are actually pretty similar. The OPS is pretty similar, but where Ohtani's just leagues ahead of Seager is the home runs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's like a 20 home run gap between the two guys.
It just kind of depends on what they choose to do with this kid. And if they want him to go out and continue to play in the role of a DH, they're going to have to be so damn careful. I mean, anything can happen. He could do a head first slide and get tangled up with a bag and really tear that arm up and never be able to pitch again and maybe never even play again. You see what I'm saying?
I think that if you want to do right by Ohtani, you let him choose. And you say, listen, you want to be our designated hitter. You know, maybe that keeps you in for MVP. That's something that might matter to him. If it doesn't matter to him, he's like, no, I'll go ahead and wait and get the surgery. We're cool. That's fine too. But I say leave it to Ohtani. Well, I think he's giving you what he's giving you all season long. He says, no, I want to keep going because I do want to be the MVP. Let him play.
Well, that's fine. But I think you have to sit down with him and you have to discuss with him the hard facts.
Sure.
You got to make sure he understands all angles here. And if he chooses to continue to play, you take every precaution to protect his arm.
Yeah. I mean,
he's not going to play outfield. He's not going to play any of the fielding positions. He's going to be strictly a DH, and that's it.
Right. Well, maybe we'll see. I mean, that's their call, his call, I guess. Of course, it was kind of sad to also see for the Angels that Mike Trout is like, hey, I'm back from the IL. And today he's like, I'm back on the IL. I mean, he got to come back for like 3 seconds and then you had to go back his wrist.
Boy, there's another guy that's just given everything he's had to baseball. He's unfortunately been on a team that's just been, has not been relevant. And this is the way I see it. I think he's just wasted his career there. He could have played anywhere. Imagine if he's on a contender, a Red Sox, Yankees, Twins, Guardians, Houston. Imagine if he's on one of those AL teams and or another NL team. I mean, imagine if he's on the Mets. I mean, the guy's from New Jersey, still has a home there. That's where he makes his offseason home. And look what they've done to this guy. I mean, I know we're up against a break, but to me, that just makes me sick too.
And he wanted to be a loyal guy. That's why he stayed. But man,
they
can't put a winner around you. Get out of there.
The good news, if there is any, I mean, the Angels are really should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves the way they've done Mike Trout. I've been saying that even before Ohtani showed up. But what they've done to Ohtani, what they've done to Mike Trout by not really making a true effort, to compete. Yeah, they have done him a disservice. But at least Mike Trout's going to go away with $140 million in the bank. Ohtani's going to go away with $50 million in the bank. It's not like they're going to, want after this. It's just as far as it goes with great, and these are great baseball players. If you say Mike Trout's a great baseball player, nobody should correct you. If you say Shohei Ohtani is a great baseball player, nobody should correct you. I mean, there's zero argument on that. And the Angels just wasted their careers, just wasted it.
I can't disagree with him. And it's unfortunate. At least
Ohtani is younger and able to try and get out of there, before. And that's if, the arm is the same.
Sure. We will see what kind of a career he has. Randy, if he gets this Tommy John, how will he be ready for spring training?
No.
How long will it be? Is it a whole year?
It'll be easily the All-Star break, if not after the All-Star break next year, before he's ready to go.
So we just won't know anything until then. So
no, he'll lose an entire year.
That is a shame. That is an absolute shame. All right, listen, we have to take a break. When we come back, a few more things before we get to some football, but we will get to that football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and get 35% off Emerald products and Super Deck stains August 25th through the 28th. That means 35% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 35% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that is Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard switching to Medi-Share to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month. And that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for Medi-Share is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medi-Share works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over. Your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
It's the sound of the fight song, the excitement of the rivalry. It's the unbelievable upsets. It's the Heisman hopefuls. Oh my God, Davis is going to run it all the way back. It's the national rankings. It's college football. The shooters right down the field. Tune in each Saturday for the college football game of the week. Listen for all the action, drama, and excitement on your home for college football. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Barry Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Sorry, making these faces because it would appear that somebody in League Two is messing with the settings. Patrick, stop messing with the settings in League Two. Every one of these leagues, I have a commissioner's team. And, the people have one thing. Just go in there and run your team. Don't mess with the settings. And now it looks like that in League Two, that person has gone in and jacked with all the settings. That is what, see what I'm dealing with here on a daily basis. So, yeah, what the hell, Patrick? Please stop whatever you're doing, Patrick. Tyreek the cat, please stop. Anyways, 888-368-1580. I was going to say, we just got a young man into League Two. So now we only need one more person to run a commissioner's team, and we are set. So thank you, everybody. 888-368-1580. Let's get caught up on the text line. Heavy Metal Maniac says, why did the Cardinals trade for a quarterback, Josh Dodds, from the Browns? I thought they had enough quarterbacks on the roster. Who knows what they're doing?
Yeah, I think our texters kind of cleared that up. The offensive coordinator for the team is a former Browns guy, and he knows Dodson, and he's got a history with them, and Dodson knows the system. And so I'm sure they brought him in. I'm sure David Blau is probably odd man out, and we'll have to see how Cartoon and in the old Texas man, how they fare. But we'll have to wait and see as time goes on. 2 weeks left of camp before the real thing begins. So
the Jet says when he returns, Ohtani will be an outfielder. He won't pitch after having two of them surgeries. Played outfield before he came to the States along with pitching.
Yeah, I know that. But even in the outfield, you have to put that arm under a stress to make accurate throws. So I don't know if he'll return to the outfield. He might play it part-time just to take it easy on that arm. And he might play some first base, and he might just be a DH. He probably just to kind of keep him involved in the game. They'll give him opportunities to play some outfield, kind of like what they do with Giancarlo Stanton in New York, I think.
Good Cat says, guys, how's it going? Josh Dobbs, really? This team is getting to the level of Washington Commandos ineptness when it comes to ownership.
See, I want to caution you there, because when they go 3-0, everybody's going to change their tune.
Oh, okay. That's not where I was going to go with that.
Okay. Everybody, when they go 3-0, as I predicted, everybody's going to change their tune.
I don't think that this is inept. Look, they're trying to move some people around here because they're obviously building for the future now. Like the roster that was here is not going to work for this coach and this coaching staff. And you see this happen all the time. In fact, what would be truly inept would be if the coaching staff showed up and it's Jonathan Gannon and it's Drew Petzing, and they don't make any changes and they don't look for people that they had on other teams. Like, this is an incredibly common thing that happens when coaches show up, especially offensive coordinators. In the case of Drew Petzing, you want one guy in the quarterback room who knows what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you're there, you explain it, and you don't want to have to sit there and babysit the quarterbacks because you got to deal with the wide receivers and the tight ends and the running backs and the offensive line. And you have another guy in the room who can be like, no, this is where you're supposed to go on this play. This is what your read is over here. Like, this stuff is common. This is not even anywhere close to inept. And quite frankly, I don't know what this has to do with the Commanders, because the ineptness over there was sexual harassment. So maybe not the same thing.
It's also an Olympic season, and who could beat Josh Dobbs in a race in a pool? I say nobody on this team. I don't. This man will slide through the water like a dolphin. Okay.
He has an incredibly smooth noggin.
He's very smooth. Look at him, Jeffco. He's very smooth.
I think there could be some.
He's
some
the
records
smoothest
broken there.
operator. World records. He will take over the world records. And the Cardinals are going to shock some people, whether it's going to be on the gridiron or at the damn Paris Olympics. Okay.
I had no idea. Baker's Cocky Hen says you can't even bet the AL MVP right now. Ohtani was minus 10,000 and the field was plus 600 a couple weeks ago. Judge or Astros Tucker would be the pick if it opens. If Judge hits 50 home runs, he could get it.
How would it be Judge?
It won't be Judge.
He missed a lot of games.
Yeah, it won't be Judge. He doesn't.
Judge isn't even in the
numbers.
top 5.
And I know he came back last night with a vengeance. 3 home runs. One of them was a grand slam. But I think they're losing today. Didn't they lose already? Is it over? Are the Yankees losers again?
Yes, I think it was official.
I thought the sun was a little
did.
brighter outside.
Yeah, no, I had a little bit of a steam in my stride there.
I enjoy this very much.
My lunch tasted very good.
Hefty Lefty says, sounds like a pretty Patrick Reed thing to do, change in league settings. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. First thing I thought when I saw that is, ooh, did I accidentally do that? Then I realized I wouldn't have changed that setting. Certainly wouldn't have changed that setting. Somebody just went nuts in there. I may have to chunk somebody out of that league if I'm not, if I can't get this under control. Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, I'm pretty sure Keon would take over your commissioner responsibilities if you gave him a raise above that of an average fast food worker. You don't know what Keon makes. He makes that of a above average fast food worker. Thank you very much.
An exemplary fast food worker.
Maybe like a crew chief.
Yeah. Good Cat says, future. I know it happens all the time. The fan base is so over rebuilding, but Bidwell is one scandal away from being Dan Snyder himself.
Is he though?
He, as a person who has had Dan Snyder run the football operations of the team I root for 20 plus years, he's about 15 to 20 scandals short.
Yeah, he's going to have to do.
Did you read that Washington Post report on Dan Snyder? There is no comparison.
Not that he's not capable, but Michael Bidwell is not going to secretly photograph the cheerleaders. Michael Bidwell is not going to make questionable calls on the books, try to cook the books so he makes more money. Michael Bidwell, I believe, is an upstanding individual that just he doesn't know how to run an NFL franchise, even though his family has been in it his entire life. How do you? I told my son was in town over the weekend, and I told him he was unaware that the Cardinals facility was in such disrepair that the floors were torn up at the Cardinals facility, and players had to pay for their own food, their own meals, at the cafeteria there. He was appalled. Of course, he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. He knows nothing but luxury and first class. But I don't think Michael Bidwell is anywhere close to Dan Snyder.
No.
Which, by the way, in that poll of the players anonymously, Washington also not ranked very high. The thing that separates Bidwell from Dan Snyder is Dan Snyder was an awful person and didn't care who knew.
Yeah.
Just didn't give a damn.
If Bidwell's a horrible person, he does care who knows. I don't know.
I think he's a good dude. I think he just needs somebody to run his football every day, day-to-day operations, somebody to take care of. Hey, Mr. Bidwell, we need to fix the floors at the weight training facility. We need to get this thing back up into A+ shape. Here's what it's going to take. Mr. Bidwell, your players are paying for the cafeteria food. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's Moneyball stuff. Like the Oakland A's had to pay for their own Gatorade. I mean, they had to fix that crap,
Good Cat says, I'm just so annoyed with them. Maybe I have blinders on. Thank God for my other team, the Colts.
Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, that at least there's some promise. There's the unknown. We're not Not going to be upset if it's a bad season, and going to be pleasantly surprised if it's a good season. Kind of like I have been with the Diamondbacks this year. If Anthony Richardson doesn't have a great first game, well, maybe he'll be better educated to have a better game the second time or the third time or the fourth time. At the end of the year, we'll have a pretty nice idea of what we've got. It's the same thing as the Green Bay Packers. By the end of the year, you'll truly know that you have a horrible quarterback. But for the Colts, who knows? We could have a great quarterback. But Jordan Love is going to be a horrible quarterback. I'm sorry, Packer fans. You have nothing to look forward to. You have zero things to look forward to.
Wow.
Jordan Love is going to disappoint you.
I mean, it seems more likely than not, but I'll let the dude play first before I paint his entire career on a canvas.
Well, I remember you sticking up for Trey Lance, and what the hell just happened there?
Oh boy.
I mean, he didn't play ever. And I still, by the way, like I'm not, for me, when I talked about Trey Lance, I always talked about him in the terms of what was he capable of under the right direction and what was he capable of, as far as his ceiling goes. You get a guy with certain traits, but they knew he was a project. That he was always a project. Like that was what it was. He didn't play enough football. And they even showed the records of everybody in that draft class. He's 2-2. He played 4 games. Everybody else in that draft class has played about 2 seasons worth of football. And one of them, okay, he got injured, but the Niners never wanted to build on the project they agreed to draft. So I don't know what the hell was going on there. The process that they had to come to the conclusion to take Trey Lance doesn't make any sense if somehow last year they were happy enough with him that Jimmy Garoppolo was just suddenly on the outs. And then after two preseason games coming off of an injury, he's suddenly worse than you thought. Like nothing there makes any sense. And Trey Lance is so incredibly young. Maybe somebody gets another chance to work at the project, but man, I'm afraid that team's ruined that kid. Like that's just, don't draft a project if you can't commit to him.
No, that's a good point. That is a good point. But yeah, you know how it is. People have good intentions at first, then they say, "Ooh, shiny thing. Ooh, maybe this. Ooh, maybe that." Can't make up their mind, and then Trey Lance got left behind, I guess.
Yeah, and like Anthony Richardson's a project too. I think that the Colts are going to actually spend the time, resources, and commitment to develop him. And then if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But you took a chance on a guy that can run through linebackers and throw 60 yards downfield. I don't see anything wrong with looking at those tools and going, let's see if we can build something off of that. But you actually have to commit to doing it.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. But here we are. And I don't know what the deal is with Trey Lance. They're saying, well, he'll probably stay a 49er. Well, that's a load.
Right now they don't have any leverage to trade him. They're not going to get anything for him. If you gave up on him, no one else is going to give up a ton to go get this guy, who's, by the way, because he's a top 3 pick, even though it's a rookie deal, it's a pretty nice rookie deal.
The minute you say Sam Darnold is better than Trey Lance, well, there goes your hope to trade him.
Yeah, I mean, it's
going to be like, oh, crap. Thank you.
Maybe Niner fans had a different view of this because I didn't watch the games as closely, but I didn't see anything in those preseason games where the gap between Sam Darnold and Trey Lance was that big. But okay, that's a move, I guess.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what the eventual future of Trey Lance might be. We're playing musical chairs right now. A little more chairs moving than I would have thought for this time of year. But yeah, what do I know? All right, we got to take a break. And when we come back, I got an NBA thing and a foreign sports thing. And then we got an NFL thing. So it's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors. It helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues. lower back pain? How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTRCM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Greg Clark Automotive trained certified technicians located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue, servicing Valley automobiles 44 summers now, offering our summer cooling system inspection diagnosis on the belts, water pump, radiator, and hoses. Every air conditioning service includes a dye injection to find leaks. Contact us today at 602-246-2881. And online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off of labor.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So the Lakers are going to unveil a Kobe Bryant statue outside the arena there on February 8th. So that means there's a Magic Johnson, there's a Shaquille O'Neal, and a Kobe Bryant statue. They'll be outside what they used to call the Staples Center, right?
Yep.
How did Shaq get his statue before Kobe? I thought everybody loved the Kobe more.
I think that Shaq's statue was in the process of being made before Kobe died. I think that's how
when they made Shaq's statue,
why were they?
There was a shortage of bronze, and they had to wait till they could build that up again.
They ran out
to make Kobe's.
Sorry, Kobe. I guess we should have started yours first. Oh, yeah. We weren't thinking.
Took all the bronze in the world to make Shaq's, and then now they can finally they built up enough they can make Kobe's.
All right.
Shaq's was 2019.
Mm-hmm. Well, that checks out. No, that checks out. We ran out of bronze. No, Randy's right.
Well, Kobe hadn't died yet.
Yeah. Well, Shaq hadn't died yet.
Shaq hasn't died either.
Yeah, but he was done playing longer.
I'm telling you, it was a shortage of bronze because of how much it took to make Shaq's.
Is that how they determine? Is that how they determine who gets a statue?
It's not how they determine it, but there was like a gap between Shaq's playing years, so they were already in the process of making him a statue.
So Shaq was a great Laker.
Kobe, when did Kobe retire again? I don't remember.
Shaq
was in the three-peat.
Hefty says Shaq retired like 5 years before Kobe did.
Where's the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar trophy?
Well, okay,
statue.
That's actually the question I thought was going to get asked. I don't know.
Where's the Kareem statue?
Yeah, it's a good point. Who's deciding who's making the statue list? Who's deciding that? I don't think we'll get statues at CRC Broadcasting.
They got one. There's a Kareem statue.
Well, if they had one, they'd make one of you, Jeffco.
No, I think they'd probably maybe some bobbleheads spray painted bronze.
No, I would be a bobblehead. You would be an ivory tower.
Well, I don't want to be an ivory tower. I want to be a bobblehead like you guys.
They make you an ivory tower out front.
Wherever
watching
I am,
over-
you guys should be. Whatever you guys are, I want to be.
Well, we'll be in your shadow.
No. I'm a bobblehead like you guys, or your ivory towers like me, or no deal.
Well, it's going to be kind of hard to make Keon an ivory tower.
Hefty Lefty says Kareem and Chick Hearn are both outside. Like with their ashes? Oh wait, no, Kareem's
No,
alive
there's the
still.
statues. The
Yeah,
statues.
Kareem has that.
Oh, they
he's
do
got
have statues.
Yeah.
Fluttery heart disease.
Oh, that's right.
Chick Hearn's dead, but Kareem's still with us.
The Whopper says Kareem left. Magic didn't win.
Magic didn't win what?
I don't know.
Championships with the Lakers because he did. Also, he has a statue.
You mean Magic won without Kareem?
I don't know what Whopper means. Maybe he'll clarify.
Please explain.
Let's see. Baker's Cocky Hen says up to 28 homers already. And
Is he talking about? Is he trying to make a point for? Is he trying to make a case for Aaron
There's like
Judge?
30 games left. You think Aaron Judge is going to hit a homer a game?
No.
It would be
Whopper
miraculous. Yeah, he would win it.
says championship not without Kareem.
So he's saying Magic did not win a championship without
I see.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
So if not for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson does not win a championship.
That is, most star players have another star there when they win.
Jordan Pippen.
It's very rare.
Well, you and Jeffrey. That's why Jeffrey wins championships, because you're right there.
What are you talking about? What championship?
I feel
Well,
like you and Jeffrey.
What are you talking about?
Would be a better better championship deal.
I'm a bench player, if anything.
Because-
I might win the fourth man of the year, but no, I'm a bench player.
I'm still on like the rookie deal right now.
No, I don't think so. You've been there a long time. I saw on your LinkedIn. You've been there 2 years.
2 entire years. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What day was your anniversary?
I don't know, but LinkedIn told me he's congratulating Keon for being at CRC
We're
Broadcasting.
really bad at keeping track of
like
this stuff.
this week sometime.
Feel like we need to have catered in tacos and tostadas and some beef and maybe like a cake.
I didn't even know this. I don't even know the specific
and those
day.
those candies that you like the candies.
I'll tell you what, Keon.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Congratulations on 2 years. Take another 5 minutes on your break tomorrow. First break only. 888-368-1580.
Gee, thanks.
Good Cat says, hey, if Anthony Richardson doesn't work, we got Gardner damn Minshew. Oh, I know. It's going to be a pleasant season. It ain't a Super Bowl season, but it'll be kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool. See how they do. All right.
I mean, could you think about it? You're a rookie quarterback coming in and you're playing and you know that at any moment, the absolute legend could step in because he's over there on the sidelines like a great eagle watching over the plains, and he's waiting for his opportunity to fly. You know who I'm talking about. I mean, you're Richardson. You're out there. You make a wrong call, and all of a sudden you hear like an eagle cry, and you know the American legend is standing over there waiting.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to take. You know what I mean?
That kind of pressure.
That's gonna wear on you. It's gonna always looking over your shoulder.
That you probably shouldn't develop a quarterback under those circumstances.
Except Gardner damn Minshew, he's a team player. He's a good guy. He's a weirdo.
Oh, I know.
He's a freak, but he's a good guy, and he has been rooting on Anthony Richardson. You know what Anthony Richardson has on the sidelines? He's got security. He knows no matter what, it'll be okay. You know, and that's going to make him play harder. You know, he won't let the team down. He'd only let himself down.
But he throws that first interception, and there it is. You can feel it in your bones. The legend is over there, overlooking what's happening, waiting for the call. Maybe he even puts his helmet on and gives another one of those. I mean, Richardson's got to fall apart at that point. He just got to fall to pieces.
Gardner Minshew's no longer an Eagle, so he won't be making that noise.
No, but he's an American legend.
Yeah, but I don't think he'd be making that noise.
He makes that noise.
Do you have like an old van that can rev up and make a noise like that? Because that's what he has.
I know who does.
The Minshew van. Who does?
Gardner Minshew.
Oh, all right.
This whole bit is about Gardner Minshew.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
What are you doing?
What?
What?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening
right now. Read the text.
Why do you got to make the show weird, Keon? Whopper says, no Kareem, no Shaq, no championship. Okay, now he's going after Kobe. Kobe would not win a championship without Shaq. Magic would not win a championship without Kareem.
That's true for most superstars. You got to have another superstar there. Nikola Jokic is not winning a championship without Jamal Murray there. Is it a coincidence that he finally gets healthy and then they win a title? No, this is how basketball works.
I thought it was.
It's not. Jamal Murray is an awesome basketball player.
I thought it was just an odd coincidence.
It is unfortunately not, or fortunately, depending on how you feel about Jamal Murray.
Oh, me. Hefty Lefty says the other three statues outside in front of the Staples Center are Jerry West, Wayne Gretzky, and Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya?
The hell's he doing out there?
I have a boxing glove signed by him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I had him in for an interview, and the whole time, and just in my head, I'm like, don't mention the pantyhose. Don't mention the dress. Don't mention any of that stuff.
Did he come into the studio in like an evening dress? Or?
No. He was actually quite nice. Very nice guy. Right. His eyebrows were meticulously trimmed. I thought was weird for a boxer. I did think that was a little weird for a boxer. Well, then I had Sugar Ray Leonard in the studio. I used to have a lot more famous people before you guys
Sugar
were
Ray.
Listen, I would love to meet Sugar Ray. I'd love to meet him.
Oh, he was awesome. He came in with his son, and we were just sitting there chit-chatting. I got pictures with him and everything. He looks younger than me still. You know what I mean?
Bet. Well, yeah. He's in a meticulous shape.
If I say something, I hope you guys understand. You know what old guy eyes? You know how the old guy eyes? You know how they get the little foggy gold guy? He has the old guy eyes, but the rest of him looks like he could kick your ass right now without effort. Yeah. And he just looks young, so young. But he's got the old guy eyes.
See, I'd love to meet Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
I'd also love to meet Kirk Gibson, too.
I don't think I'd be starstruck by too many people, but Sugar Ray is on the list of people.
I've never been starstruck by anybody, but I did really enjoy my time with him. I thought he was just a super sweet, nice guy. He's Sugar. What are you going to do? He's sweet. No, Jet, you cannot change your text or nickname to Sugar the Jet. No, not going to happen.
Nice try, though.
The Whopper says, no Giannis, no championship. Well,
That's deep.
What is he even arguing anymore? No Moses Malone, no championship. The point is, big men, very, very important. Still very, very important.
Agreed.
I'm getting the idea that that Whopper is a big guy.
Whopper, are you a big guy, Whopper?
Whopper is a big man. I think he's a tall, frightening fellow.
Are you one of those giant statues? A mountain of a man?
No, Jet. You can't be Sugar Me Nuts. No. Fish Tank says, guys, I pretty aggressively shut down my lady, asking me to play pickleball with her and some friends twice. Now I think I might be in trouble.
Well, you're probably not going to get lucky for a while.
Do you really want a woman that wants to play pickleball?
Look, I don't care. I just,
Do you see what I'm saying, though? Fish Tank, this might be you on the verge of dodging a bullet. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that, but
I
think it's weird. You might be in trouble because you didn't want to do a thing.
I don't know if you needed to aggressively shut her down. Maybe that's more the issue than you not playing.
Maybe just casually shut her down.
Did you go, hell no? Is that's
bleep you?
Yeah.
Oh, forget you.
The whole
get out of my house,
Steve Harvey. Hell no! Like what? Aggressive in how? In what way?
Yeah. What came? Did you do that?
Because that'd be a bit much.
Yeah. No, I think that would have been good. That would have been smooth right there. But
that is
No, that's
smooth.
true. And
Yeah, that is smooth.
If you did break out the music to say hell no,
You
then that's
don't
kind
even
of
have
on
to
her,
break out
to
the
be honest.
hell to the no.
You should
could
listen,
just bring it
Fish
yourself.
Tank has helped us. He's helped us a lot. He's
Oh,
made
yeah.
music for us.
Yeah.
Randy, you should email him that clip so that he could have it on his phone and he can just hit play and he could just dance when they ask. Then it's funny how he shut her down. You know? Just gotta do
Maybe
one
I
of
should.
those.
Yeah, yeah.
Help a man out, would you?
Yeah, he just plays it and then he just waggles that finger. He just no.
Yeah, do the Matumbo, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Blissful Hayes says breaking news in a real sport. WWE's gonna stop you there. Moving on. Beer Bob says, I'm no Lakers fan like Ralph, but I believe Kobe won 2 without Shaq.
Sure did.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, I met Muhammad Ali once. I also
Oh,
met Mike
man.
Tyson. I met Mike Tyson at Black Angus when I worked there.
I bet when you
That's
met
amazing.
Muhammad, I bet when you met Muhammad, he didn't remember you though.
Well, you only
Too
met him
soon?
one time.
Too soon.
That's a
What-
pretty shaky
was-
joke about Muhammad Ali.
Was that okay? All right.
Sorry, now I'm shook up.
Not thrilled about these jokes.
I just had to swoop in and outdo you. Sorry. But I think I took the bullet for you, though.
You've been doing this 30 years.
I took the bullet for Randy on that. They won't remember. Just my horribleness. Blissful Hayes says, speaking of celebrities, will there be any there? Yeah, we'll be there. Tomorrow, Tempe Marketplace, Dave and Buster's. It's going to be a huge party. Everybody join us. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave and Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave and Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, londonmortgage.com.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit talknowaz.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K2.1 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I have unraveled the issues now, I think, with League Two. So hopefully now everything is going to be okay. But wow, man, I just keep finding issues. I'm going to have to go through every single one of our fantasy football leagues tonight, make sure all the settings are correct. You know why we have to make them identical, right, Randy? Because it's for money. You guys are playing for $100 if you win the championship and a chance to move up to the Premier League. So all these settings have to be done right. They all have to be identical. And so when something gets kind of messed up, oh man, I got to get in there and fix it. Because tomorrow in 26 hours, we are drafting. And once you draft, you can't change stuff back. You're stuck with it.
So do the settings lock so that this person cannot get back in there and change anything?
They have been 86th. They're gone. Bye-bye.
The person has been 86th.
Yes. And I emailed them. They said, well, I haven't even logged in there for forever. I'm like, well, I don't know how the hell this is happening then. So maybe the guy didn't do nothing, but we're good now. I do need 2 more players, or at least 1 more, because I'd love to have somebody take over the commish team for me that I can trust. That's the thing. It's hard to find people you can trust. So anyways,
well, if you don't get somebody by the end of the day, I'll do it for you, pal.
You sure? You sound like you really want to play 2 teams this year.
I really don't, but I'll do it for you.
No, I appreciate that. I don't want to. I want you to focus on having a good fantasy football year.
Look, if you need somebody, I'll take care of it for you.
I'll keep that in mind. I appreciate that.
No, I mean it.
No, I know.
All right. Okay.
The Jet says you should bring some stick-on name tags tomorrow so we can write text or nicknames on them. Well, that's what Radio Ron does.
he brings them in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, my name is, and you're supposed to write your text or nickname on those.
Miss Kim will be there tomorrow. She might be the one handing those out. I don't know.
Awesome. Coom says I'll do the fantasy commish gig. Well, you don't need to be the commissioner. I just need somebody to play the commissioner's team.
Play the team. Yeah. Just manage the team.
Right. But if you want to play some fantasy football, just send me an email, but you better do it tonight. blender@1580thefanatic.com. Baker's Cocky Hen says, hey, ask Jimmy Butler if you need another star.
Is Jimmy Butler an NBA champion?
I think that was his point. Heavy Metal Maniac, thank you for that. And all right, let's oh geez, I don't want to talk about pickleball. Hefty Lefty says, if pickleball leads to hiding the pickle, then I say play the pickleball in a heartbeat. Nah, that was for Fish Tank. All right. Let's talk football. Can we just talk football? I'd really like to talk football.
Let's go for it.
First off, just a couple of, I don't need the music, but a couple of injuries to report. Jerry Jeudy got carted off at Broncos practice today.
Boy, that's significant.
That's gonna, he was grabbing at his right leg. And I don't know if, I think it's a hamstring thing. Has there been any word on his condition since then? That is a hugely bad thing for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, it means that their best receiver is Cortland Sutton now, who's a really good receiver. But there's a difference between having Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton and having Cortland Sutton and like Marvin Mims.
The latest thing I could see, Jeffco, is according to CBS Sports, it's a moderate hamstring issue.
Okay. Well, look how close we are to week 1. I mean, he's got 2 weeks to try to, walk it off. So we shall see. But man,
and they already lost Tim Patrick. Earlier
Achilles.
So
yeah.
And KJ Hamler has already been sent home. So because he had the pericarditis.
Yeah.
Also, Tommy Sweeney. Well, he's back at practice after some medical event. Nobody knows the hell it was, but he had a medical event. He was taken to the hospital, but now he's back. So, yay.
Tied in for the Giants, right?
Anybody ever really clarify what happened to Jimmy Graham that caused him to have a seizure?
See, nobody's talking about it. It was classified as a medical event. It was a medical episode.
Yeah.
So
I hope he's okay.
And anything that involves, his mentals, basically, it's not up to the team, so they don't have to report anything. And so that's going to be between him and his doctor. Probably we may not know anytime soon.
Cooper Kupp, I guess he was hanging around. He's running. They say he's running well. He has come back from his hamstring injury 3 weeks ago. But listen, like I've said before, hamstring injuries are nagging and lingering. And Cooper Kupp, he's going to be out there just about every single damn offensive play. This is still something that I'd be a little bit worried about. I don't know if I would draft Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is great when he's available, but if you lose Cooper Kupp, that's huge for the Rams, and that's huge for your fantasy football. So, I mean, you do what you got to do. But
he is reporting that, according to ESPN, he is reporting that he'll be ready for week 1. So,
ready, 100%.
I don't think that he'll be 100%. There's no way. Like you said, hamstrings are lingering injuries. It'll nag at him the whole season. Even if he plays the whole year, he's going to be some version of Cooper Kupp less than the Cooper Kupp we know.
Beer Bob says, according to the Bleacher Report, Broncos' Jerry Jeudy is expected to miss several weeks now because of that hamstring injury. Yeah.
Wow.
Bad for the Broncos. Bad for Captain Cringe. Hefty Lefty says, somebody needs to put back the heart of Tafiti and yell Jumanji because our receiver room is cursed.
The Broncos over the last 3-4 years have had the worst wide receiver luck like ever. Like I can't think of a team where every year multiple receivers gone. It sucks for him, man.
Any moment, Hefty Lefties go, F you, Joe Boo. I do it myself. Megatron says, hey, I'll commission the league. Winning League 5, 2 out of the last 3 years. Getting kind of boring. Also, never got my winnings from last year. Well, Megatron, why the hell haven't you said something? Send me an email and let's get that sorted out. What is with people? If I had $100 coming to me, I think I probably would have made a phone call.
Or at least sent the email first.
Megatron, blender at 1580thefanatic.com. And I'm going to leave you where you're at. You keep on keeping on that. We just want to make sure you get taken care of. But thanks for the offer. Baker's Cocky Hen says, no, I'm going to take the heat. Baker's Cocky Hens. We're going to keep moving on. Big George said he had an Ollie joke. I'm just going to let it go.
Oh, come on.
Big George says, Jeffrey, you can trust me. I can handle commissioner duties. I said duty, and that's why you can't. 888-368-1580. So I guess Jonathan Taylor, what do you think he's going to do when no trade happens? I mean, there's 6 phone calls from teams. 2 teams made offers. As far as I know, nothing's happening. Colts want a first-round draft pick. I think it's a big bunch of collusion by the owners. So Jonathan Taylor Tuesday is going to be sitting there going, well, I guess it's play or what do I do? What does he do?
I think he's going to play. He doesn't have any other options. Once you've decided, you know what, I'm not going to hold out. I'm going to report to camp. you basically played the only card you have. Either you hold out and you just get fined and you just take them, like Chris Jones, the Chiefs defensive tackle, who basically said, I've got the money. I'll ride this out. Like you either do that or, you show up and you play. Like, what other options do you have?
You know what he wanted? So we know what Saquon Barkley wanted. He wanted the contract that they had said, yes, we're going to do this, and then pulled that back. What Jonathan Taylor wanted was a conversation. I think he said he wanted to have conversation. He wanted to have negotiations. He wanted to get an extension, and they wouldn't even give him the conversation, right? So I don't even know how much money he actually wants. Do you?
No. They never got that far. There was no negotiation. Jonathan Taylor wants the Colts to commit to him long term. That's essentially the biggest thing for him is I want to be a Colt for a long time. And I don't want to. I look at Saquon and the games that are being played over there, and I don't want that for me and the team that I'm playing for. And that appears to be the course we're on.
You can't tell me out of 31 teams, only 6 call and 2 made offers, and there not be collusion, because everything here has been stacked against Jonathan Taylor. You can't tell me there aren't 10 teams that would love to have him on their team.
Yeah, but
he can catch, he can run. He's a great player. He is a machine. And I am just sick to the stomach that my Colts are doing him this kind of dirty. I get it. They're like, oh, you signed a contract, play your contract.
I mean, it's a rookie contract. What other choice did he? If he didn't sign, he just wouldn't be in the NFL, because that's how that works.
But I just feel like you can't tell me that nobody wants him. They do want him, but there is a quiet conversation between the owners of all the teams about what we're going to do about this running back market. And Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, all these people are going to end up fighting or paying the price.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that it necessarily has to be collusion in the case of Jonathan Taylor, because a lot of teams would love to have him, but would a lot of teams love to give up what the Colts want for him? I don't think so. I
don't think you've seen what he can do.
You can, but you're giving up a first rounder for 2 years of him, as opposed to you hold on to your first rounder and you draft a guy, you get 5 years of the guy. I don't think that anybody's going to give up a first rounder for 2 years of Jonathan Taylor unless they think the only thing between them and a Super Bowl, and it has to be a Super Bowl for a first rounder, because the way they have value charts on these picks, man, like the first pick is worth this much and this much. Unless it's a Super Bowl, I don't see anybody making a move for Jonathan Taylor, and I don't think it has to be collusion for that to be the case, though. Obviously,
I think there is a wider thing. Jonathan Taylor is not the reason, but I think there is a giant amount of collusion where everybody's sort of agreeing to not make it easy on the running backs.
Yeah, I agree with that. But when it comes to the trade offers, it's not just you're getting Jonathan Taylor. It's what you have to give up for him, and teams are just not willing to get rid of those first round picks, because you trade your pick and they go back and find your pick is some superstar player. You got to answer to your owner for that. Why, 2 years you're having a money battle with Jonathan Taylor when you could have just picked a guy.
Hefty Lefty says Jonathan Taylor should only take dumps in Jim Irsay's bathroom all year and never flush. Can you imagine if let's talk this through. Chris Ballard goes over to Jonathan Taylor and says, here's what we're going to do. Here's my pass card. Okay. Go in there and take a dump every time. Don't flush. Don't get caught. And just play. Then you play for me. You don't play for him. You poop for him. You play for me.
You poop for him.
I don't know. See what happens. I mean, Jonathan Taylor might be like, you got a deal.
Because I don't think Chris Ballard wants it to go down like this. He drafted the guy. And Chris Ballard, I think, as we know, loves to build around the running game. I don't think this is how he wants this to go at all.
Coom says, you think there could be a player rookie collusion to the Colts of first rounders not signing? No. I mean,
why would there be?
No. 888-368-1580. So as you guys know, Sam Darnold has now won himself the backup job with the 49ers. And John Lynch thinks, yeah, we're going to keep Trey Lance around. You're lying. You're going to trade him off the first chance you get.
Yeah, the first chance he gets, he's keeping him because he has no choice. There's no leverage there.
But I love what Kyle Shanahan said when he did. He's like, yeah, I had a conversation with Trey Lance. And I gave him the day off. that was how they. Here's the good news, Trey. You get the day off. Oh, great, yeah. Bad news is the bobblehead Darnold. He's going to be the backup. You're number 3 and probably won't even be on the roster. Sorry. Take the day off.
They are an organization that looked like when they first started, they hit the ground running. They looked like they knew what the hell they wanted to do. And I don't know what the plan is in San Francisco. I mean, it
changes.
It seemed like, okay, Garoppolo's the guy. All right, Garoppolo's not the guy. Trey Lance is the guy. No, actually, just kidding. Brock Purdy's the guy. Last year, when you decided Trey Lance was the guy over Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy was in that same training camp. What didn't you see then? It looked like there was a plan there. It does not appear to be a plan.
You want to hear the latest from Captain Cringe?
Oh, boy.
Russell Wilson. I don't feel pressure. I don't run from it. I look forward to it.
I am asking kindly for Russell Wilson to be normal for 1 24-hour period in his life.
You know, he had to start that sentence with, hey.
Of course he had to start it with, hey.
Let's ride. Do I feel the pressure? No. I don't run from it. I look forward to it. I run to it, if anything. So Captain Cringe.
He speaks in political slogans. Like there's nothing.
He speaks in political slogans.
There's nothing real about any of the things that he's saying. Change we can believe in. Like it's just like what does that even mean? Like I don't know what
You're
to
right.
make of
the
any
next
of the
sentence
things.
he says was, "We as a team, we're all in this together."
He's a human motivational poster. He's not like just be normal. Just if someone asks you about pressure. If it gets to you, say, yeah, sometimes I'm a person. If it doesn't get to you, no, I'm not rattled by a whole lot. That's it. You don't need to say any of the other things that he's saying. None of them. Not one.
Hey, Sean Payton's not concerned about fights during joint practices. You know why? Because Russell Wilson says, I don't run from it. I look forward to it. I run to it. So Sean Payton's like, I'm not worried about this.
You run to the fight or to the...
You know what Sean Payton said? He says, Russell Wilson, he's comfortable with quarterback sneaks. You know why? He says, hey, no, I don't run from it. I look forward to it. I run to it. If anything. Hey.
I remember, it reminds me of these, Nike commercials from forever ago where Kobe's a motivational speaker and he's just standing up on the stage saying impossibly vague things. And it was Kanye or somebody asked him a question, how do I take my game to another level? And then Kobe says, are you a different animal and the same beast? At which point Kanye goes, what the bleep does that mean, Kobe Bryant? That's what I feel like every time Russell Wilson says words.
If
what
Kanye's
the
asking you what the bleep
does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. That's every time Russell Wilson talks. Just
hey. So
I hate him so much.
It was very strange to hear Corey Davis just decide, I'm retiring. Yeah, I'm leaving. Do you think there's something to do with Aaron Rodgers? You think it's like showing his true face and that Corey Davis is like, oh, I'm out of this. I can't do this anymore.
I don't think so.
He said, for some time, I've been contemplating stepping away. And then this mushroom chewing bastard shows up and I'm out of here. I bet that had something to do with it.
I don't think so. I mean, that's
wouldn't that have happened earlier? Wouldn't that have happened when they announced that he was coming to the Jets?
You don't know he's a douchebag until you're in person with him. So maybe it took a minute where Corey Davis is like, "Yep, stories are true. I'm out."
I don't think
everybody.
So.
I don't think so.
I think this
either.
is a guy that went through camp and he just like, you know what? I'm done with this.
Guy's trying to stay in the league.
I'm done with the hard work. I'm done with the yelling. I'm done with the constant whistles. I'm just done.
Fish Tank says if the Cards hadn't grabbed Dobbs, maybe Trey Lance would be a Cardinal. Could still be. You never know. Monty Awesomefart moves some stuff around. He does what he wants to do. But if they're tanking and there's any hope that Trey Lance would be good, not going to happen.
Yeah, and also if you're gonna have a project quarterback, why not have your guy? It doesn't make any sense with the time left on Trey Lance's deal because he's already been in the league now for 3 years, and his rookie deal is bigger than most rookie deals on account of he was the number 3 overall pick. So the way that scales, I think he's making $9-10 million. Like that's a lot for a rookie in a single year. So I don't see that happening. I don't see a whole lot of teams trying to trade for him because of the cost.
All right, we have to take a break. We come back. Bunch of NFL stuff, not injury related. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
NFL season opener will be on Thursday, September 7th at Arrowhead Stadium when the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs take on the Detroit Lions. Kansas City is a 6.5-point favorite in that contest, minus 295. The Lions, who went 9-8 last season, are plus 240 on the money line. The over-under is at 54.5. The first Monday night football game of the regular season, Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Aaron Rodgers against Josh Allen. The Bills favored by 1.5, minus 124 on the money line. Jets plus 106. With an over-under of 47. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
If you're an agent or broker in group benefits, get ready to learn about an exciting and innovative new program to offer your clients. Eternal Benefit is now offering the first pre-planning program that's available as a payroll deduction and allows benefits for the entire family. Our pre-planning program can include coverage for yourself, your spouse, plus your immediate family, including parents, children, grandparents, and even aunts, uncles, and cousins. Looking for a great reason to contact your clients? This is it. No more meetings where you have nothing new to offer. Eternal Benefit plans lock in and provide for funeral and burial expenses regardless of price increases. Employees can now take care of their family member without pressure. Choose from hundreds of funeral homes and cemeteries. Plans are completely transferable. Even if your clients move to another state, the program pays some of the highest commissions in the group benefits area. Find out more. Go to eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574. Eternalbenefit.com. That's eternalbenefit.com or call 602-315-2574.
Are you ready for the NFL season? Are you ready to win $1,580 in cold hard cash? Sign up today for the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Get over to 1580thefanatic.com and sign up today. Someone needs to win this $1,580 first prize. Why not you? Finish in second place. Cha-ching! You win $500. The Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic NFL Fan Pick'em Contest. Sign up today at 1580thefanatic.com.
Larry Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Yes, to you was. I did say Monty Awesome Park. That's the GM for the Arizona Cardinals.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's your name for him. That's not his name.
His name. I'm sorry. You know, it's I'm doing the correct pronunciation. I don't know.
Well,
if the
no.
rest of you
No,
are.
I'm sorry.
Just sort of.
Your pronunciation is a Jeffrey pronunciation. The correct pronunciation is Awesome Fort.
I feel like you guys are not pronouncing things and you're disrespecting heritage. That's all I'm saying.
No.
So here's where we're at right now. Tomorrow, we're going to be broadcasting live at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. Broadcasting live from 3 to 6. Then we're going to stop. We're going to have a little food, a little drink. And then at 7, all the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues are going to do their draft. And we're going to hang out with you while it happens and kind of monitor what's going on and have some fun as that occurs live right there at the Dave & Buster's. Now, as far as fantasy football goes, I can get 2 people into leagues, and these are 2 commissioner teams, meaning as the commissioner, I have to have a team in every league to run it, but then I co-team with somebody to run that team. I run the league, you run the team. It's completely 100% your team. And I have to remind people of that all year because they see my name. They're like, "Oh, Jeffrey, I'm going to kick your ass." You're really not. I'm not. That's not me. So I just need 2 commissioner team people to step up. Now, you can only be in 1 Daily Blender Fantasy Football League. Can't be in multiples. You can't be like 2 teams in the same league. You can't be in League 5 and League 9 and that sort of thing. That that is against the rules. But if you have not yet played, and you know who actually is in a commissioners league, first time they ever played fantasy football, Screaming Eagle. That's right. Doc is in there and he showed up. He's like, "I've never played before, but I really want to." And he started reading books on it and he was asking me tons and tons of questions. I gave him tons of answers and he did really well for himself. And now he's he's in there just having a great old time. So if you've but of course I got to make sure it's somebody I think I can trust. If I can't trust a surgeon, who can I trust?
It's a good point.
Yeah. Good point.
I'm thinking about everybody who's running a commissioner team right now. And I'm like, oh man, if they got together, if all the commissioner teams.
Well, don't do it here on the radio, Jeffco.
The damage they could do.
I don't know. There have been times I have said things and you're like, no, don't say that. The Yankees might hear you. Me, I don't think they're going to take advice from me. But people can actually hear you and are very likely listening to you. I'm just saying.
It'd be diabolical if they all got together and just started some stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want them to, but I'd have to respect it if they did. If they organized. I don't know. Anyway, listen, tomorrow, join us whether you play fantasy football or not. We got some giveaways. We're going to have raffle tickets there for you. The tickets are free. You just show up and you get a raffle ticket. And here's what's up for grabs. We got a Coleman, wherever you go, portable tailgate gas grill. It's a 2-burner, 11,000 BTU unit. We have also a Cuisinart mini tailgate charcoal grill. I got an Igloo cooler, 28 quart. We got a couple of fold-up tailgate and camping chairs, picnic chairs, whatever you use it for. We have the tickets to ASU versus Southern Utah and some tickets for some other ASU games. Got various Fanatic swag and some other football stuff. And also a Jack Daniels cornhole set is up.
Oh, damn. I want that. What do I have to do to win that, Jeffco?
You
All right,
can't
I'm
win
in.
anything. You work
I'll
for the
just go ahead
radio
and buy
station.
Raffle tickets. What do I have to do?
I'll sell you some raffle tickets tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll sell
Excellent.
you. Yeah.
Sell me
Clearly
the
not
winners,
listening.
Jeffco. I want to win that.
I
All
guarantee
right.
nothing.
Woo!
All right. It's just easier. And of course, we're going to have some Jack Daniels samplers out there too.
Oh, I've got to be in on those. What do I have to do to win those?
You don't win them, you just drink them.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Yeah, they're going to be out there hanging out. So Jack Daniels is joining us.
Jack Daniels himself is going to be there?
Yes,
hanging out?
Yes, Randy. Jack
Sweet.
Daniels himself will be there.
Excellent.
But the nice people from Jack Daniels have put in a nice cornhole set as part of what we're giving away.
Wait a minute. They're going to be there handing out the cornhole set and I'm going to win it from them? Nice.
I'll
Come
just-
on out. It's going to be fun.
I'll just explain it to you later. 888-368-1580. So Tiger Paws says, hey, Steelers 24, Falcons nothing.
What?
Oh, Tiger Paws, it's preseason. Is there a game going on right now? Is that
Is that a
what you're-
preseason game?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
It doesn't mean anything. Unless you're a Steelers fan, then congratulations.
I tune in on Monday to the NFL Network and I watch the highlights.
What time does the Colts game start tonight?
It's a preseason.
I know. Oh, the Eagles, they've already started. So I just want to see how Anthony Richards is doing. I mean,
Anthony Richardson, 2 for 436 yards.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
So, all right. Whatever.
We'll
It's
see. It's possible that might be all the work he gets tonight.
oh, well, then what was the point? Put him in for a half. Come on.
Yeah, it's just this is the game that nobody wants to get hurt.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's like you've got the guy out there, something that happens, and then you have to explain to the owner why your third round pick, your third overall pick rather, is out there playing in the last meaningless game that we have.
Well, when you need the practice, every game is meaningful. Blissful Hay says Awesome Fart is a much better name than Often Drunk, like the last GM.
No.
He also says, will there be weed samples? No. There will not be weed samples.
You know good and damn well there won't be weed samples. You didn't need us to tell you that.
It's the city of Tempe. They would frown on that.
Squid says, Jack Daniels sampler, you say? Dude, you're 16 and you're not going to be allowed to be anywhere near those things.
Sorry, Squid, you have to work.
Yeah, you're going to be on the
So,
board. You get nothing.
Yeah.
And like
Buckle
it.
up. You'll have to be at the studios.
Yeah.
That lopsided Steelers Falcons game, Kenny Pickett threw 4 passes. Logan Woodside started for the Falcons. This is preseason.
Yeah. The points don't matter. What matters is if you see guys improving. It's glorified practice.
Or if you see your starting quarterback limping off the field.
The Whopper says, I missed the comment on Billy Pultz. There was no comment on Billy Pultz. What in the hell are you talking about, Whopper?
Billy Pultz?
Paults. Am I saying his name wrong?
Who's Billy Pultz?
Well, I guess we could just Google
Keon's
it.
looking crazy. Billy Pultz.
That's probably why you didn't miss the comment because, okay. So I see him now. He was with the Hawks and he's 75 years old. He's 6'11".
Yeah. 75, 6'11". Yeah.
He was nicknamed the Whopper. That's why he's bringing it up because he's the Whopper.
So
okay.
Whopper,
Wait a minute.
Are you Billy Pultz?
Is that what you're trying to tell us right now?
Billy Pultz is listening to our damn radio program.
Not so fast. He was drafted when I was born. Billy Pultz. Did he get a championship with the Hawks?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Because the Hawks don't have one.
And
6'11", he was only 200 pounds. Stick man. It's kind of like that kid from Oklahoma City.
I'm looking at pictures of him.
What's his name?
He looks more solid than Chet Holmgren.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Pultz looks like he's got.
Oh, look, he played for the Spurs as well.
3-time
Also
All-Star,
Jazz.
led the ABA in block shots in the 75-76 season. He's scored in his career 13,099 points, He had 8,959 rebounds, 1,457 blocks. He was ABA champion in 74. He played for the Nets, the Spurs, the Rockets, the Spurs, the Jazz, and the Hawks.
Looks like his last season was with the Jazz. He only played a total of 6 minutes. You know what, Billy Pultz, you're a hero in my book.
I know. I'm curious. The Whopper is Billy Pultz. Gamecock says, turned on the show. Sorry if off topic. Would you take the Gamecocks over 7 wins? Gamecocks. What? Gamecocks, Keon. Gamecocks.
Yeah, I am thinking.
Gamecocks.
I'm going to take a look at their schedule, but they looked really good at the end of last season.
Them Gamecocks look real good.
They looked they started really slow at the beginning of the year.
Well, their first game's against the number 21 UNC.
So that's probably not a win.
Their third game is against number 1 Georgia.
They got Tennessee on the schedule.
The fifth game is against number 12 Tennessee, and they're not ranked.
But on the schedule for them is Furman. I mean, they could.
Well,
be
that'll be a win.
Florida.
Furman, that'll be a win.
Furman.
Missouri's not very good. They've got a Jackson State game. Obviously, they got to play Vanderbilt.
They're playing.
They can get to 7. They can get to 7.
They're playing Mizzou, Jackson State, Vanderbilt, Kentucky. And then they end the season with Clemson. Oh my God, they're gonna get rolled by some of these teams.
Yeah, it's not looking great, but that Texas A&M game.
2.
Do I think Texas A&M is going to still be 23rd at that point? I think they could get to 7.
There's at least 3 losses.
Gamecock says we have the former number 1 pick bust.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler, who made sure he was a bust while he was still in college. And
one win.
He was supposed to be the number 1 overall pick, and then was so bad he just didn't. He wouldn't have gotten drafted.
2 wins, 3 wins.
He's kind of figured it out, to be honest.
4, 5 wins. I got 6 wins. I'll take over 5. I'll take the over on 5 wins.
Sorry, Gamecock.
When I look at the schedule, no. They got beat last year by Georgia when they were ranked 23rd. They got beat by Georgia 48-7.
Yeah. But, that's Georgia. Georgia does that to everybody.
Big George says, gentlemen, my package. I'm just going to not read the rest of that. What the hell's happening to today's show, man?
It's not even Friday.
Thursday/Friday show.
I guess it's the last studio
Jeff
show
Co,
for us of the week.
After the show tomorrow, there's going to be about an hour break. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then after that, there'll be mass drafting going on.
Yes.
Now, for those drafters that might be joining us for the show tomorrow, and I'm hoping that they all come out and join us because it's a damn load of fun. We have a lot of fun out there. There's
more
games
fun
for
in
the
person.
kids. Oh, there's the fun for the kids. There's food. There's frivolity, and then you got the damn Daily Blender for 3 hours. But listen, how is the high speed Wi-Fi internet connection hookups out there? Is it pretty good?
Yeah, I remember last year nobody reported any issues at all. We were worried about that, and I even recommend, and I still do, having your own ability to be on internet. Whether if you're drafting on your phone, well then don't get on the Wi-Fi. Just use if you have good cell service, use your phone cell service. If you go in there and you hook up on the Wi-Fi, also be ready to hotspot your phone in case something happens. Now, we were worried that we would overload the system, and we did not last year overload the system. So, I mean, I feel pretty confident about it. I mean, Dave and Buster's, they advertise, hey, this is a good place to have your fantasy football draft parties, everybody, not just the Daily Blender. So I got to imagine they have the infrastructure to succeed like they did for us last year.
All right.
But always be ready with a backup plan.
And when you come into the Dave and Buster tomorrow, you go to your left, veer to your left, because are we going to be in the same room we were last year, Jeffco?
Yeah, we'll be exact same spot, I think.
So veer to your left when you come in, and you will see us. We're in a room all by ourselves in there. It's there's lots of seating. The bar is right there.
Yeah.
The food is available right away. There are plenty of willing and happy people there to help you with your food and your beverage orders. And like Jeffco said, the Wi-Fi is stout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had zero problems. So
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
But always prepare for everything.
So excited for everybody to show up out there tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Got a whole lot of fun. Great food and drinks and all that stuff.
Wish Big George would show up.
George is not showing up. You're going to have to let that go, Randy. He's in San Diego.
Well, I know. So,
sorry, man. I'll be there if it means anything to you.
Yeah, it means the world to me that you're there. And
so.
Keon. Keon's going to be there for the whole thing. I mean, we got Squishy. What's the kid's name?
Squid.
Squid. We got him. He's going to run the board, and Keon's going to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph's going to be there, I understand.
I'm going to do my impersonation of Keon. If you're watching on YouTube, this is my impersonation of Keon for most of tomorrow's show. No, you push the other button. Yeah, you push the other goddamn button. Just push the button. It's on the right. God damn it, Squid. It's on the right. That's going to be him.
Not that one.
Now,
I don't get to blame anybody. I'm the one that trained him. So
true. And honestly, that's probably not a good joke for me to make if Radio Ron is listening, because I assured him earlier today, oh, no, we're good.
I did too.
So we got to get him good and lubed up with some booze. So if there are any tech difficulties tomorrow, he doesn't even notice.
We'll just start with the Johnny Walker Black early.
Yeah.
For Radio Ron.
Yeah, we get Radio Ron glossy-eyed. It don't matter what happens. We're good. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got On This Date in Big George's sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Back to school means back to early bedtimes.
But I'm not tired.
Fortunately, there's Pure Z's Kids, mindfully formulated to help your child fall asleep naturally when needed. Pure Z's Kids products are non-habit forming, drug-free, and available in liquid, chewable tablets and gummies. Give them the rest to be their best.
Bye, Mom.
Pure Z's Kids for ages 4 and up. Explore all Pure Z's Kids products at ZQuil.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's the middle of summer when your AC stops working and your safe haven becomes unforgiving terrain.
Why must get to water? Honey, call someone to fix our AC unit.
I did, and they're already here.
How long was they out?
Summers in Arizona are brutal. That's why thousands of Arizonans depend on Desert Diamond Air. From 24/7 emergency service to diagnostic checkups to full replacement, Desert Diamond specializes in both residential and commercial HVAC systems with competitive pricing and experience to service and repair all major AC brands. And with federal tax credits up to $2,000, it's a great time to replace your AC system. Go to desertdiamondair.com or call 602-362-4599. That's 602-362-4599 or search Desert Diamond Air on your mobile phone today.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's single spicy chicken sandwich, medium frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's
Dave's
single and a
single.
frosty for
Frosty
me.
and a frosty. Okay, who said frosty and a frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
You ready for a crazy time? Well, we're going back to Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace for our Daily Blender Fantasy Football Draft Party Friday, August 25th. We're going to broadcast the Daily Blender live from 3 to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., all the Blender leagues are going to draft together. It's always nuts and a ton of fun. You don't even have to be in one of our leagues to come and hang out. Join the Daily Blender at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace, 3 p.m. till we're done partying. Friday, August 25th, here on 1580 The Fanatic.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the 6-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, let's see here. Oh, I should probably bring a camera with us tomorrow for the the YouTube thing, I guess.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, try to pretty yourself up a little bit, Randy. You know what I mean? Try to make a little effort for the viewers.
Well, I mean, I was planning on wearing pants.
See, that's a start. I appreciate that. That's huge.
Yeah.
Magnificent.
Well, I mean, after that talk we had last night, I thought, I should probably wear pants.
Yeah, absolutely. And not see-through, not translucent.
And now you're going to put constraints on me. Is that
I just know how
you
you think. You can't wear see-through plastic pants, saran wrap, anything where I can see your knobby knees skin color. No. You can't have see-through pants or assless pants. There has to be an ass on your pants.
I think you're mixing me up with Radio Ron and his bicycle gang.
I'm just making sure you know.
I'm not part of the Sons of Apathy.
Straight up pants, pantaloons, with all material in place and not see-through or translucent.
Damn it!
I've got you at every angle. No skirts, no kilts.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had a sword and everything. I was going to wear with my kilt.
I don't know. Maybe we should show up in some kilts.
I never look under a Scotsman's kilt.
You try to look under an Irishman's kilt, you just get punched right in the throat. We wear underwear. We just don't want you looking under there. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, pants.
You were trying to tell me that the guidelines on what pants are and what pants are not.
You promised to wear pants. I just wanted to make sure you weren't trying to pull a fast one. That's all.
Listen, I've stopped trying to pull the fast one.
Big George says, why does that Wendy's guy have an issue with somebody ordering a Frosty and a Frosty? Those Frosties are the bomb, thebomb.com. I can easily down 2 of them bad boys.
Yeah, but if you're there and you get to buy one and then you get one, why would you get 2 Frosties?
Why wouldn't you get?
I mean, I would get like a Dave, burger and fries. You see what I'm saying? Buy one, get one. I would buy the fries, and then I would get the single.
You dip the fries in the Frosty.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could do that, but why though?
Everybody does that. It's like the law.
If I'm going out for lunch and it's going to cost me, 99 cents for some Dave's French fries, and then I get a Dave single along with that, I'm in high cotton right there. I mean, I'm living big. See what I'm saying? I get I'm paying full boat for the fries, but I get the hamburger for free.
Yeah,
why would I waste that on my lunch hour for 2 Frosties?
Well, maybe somebody just wants a Frosty and another Frosty. Just
but
let
not
them
me,
have
though.
It. Don't tell them how to live their life, Randy. They want 2 Frosties. I'll have a Frosty plus a Frosty. Let me have it. Let me double fist them damn Frosties. Get off the guy's back.
I'm not on his back.
You do you. Let Frosty man who likes the 2 Frosties have his 2 Frosties. If he wants brain freeze, let him have brain freeze.
Well, he forgets he's
diabetic. Yeah, he is now.
No.
Oh,
lactose intolerant. I didn't want to bring that out on the radio.
If he was diabetic, lactose intolerant, that would be the best follow-up commercial ever. I think right there.
He could actually just clear the stadium.
Swazman says, hey, Jeffrey, this kid from Indy, that quarterback, looks pretty good. Think you guys drafted a good one. Yeah, I see that the Colts have put a couple of points on the board. So, yeah, it must have been Anthony Richardson there. Short pass to Pittman. Bam. There it is. Oh, you threw a 40
points?
Yeah.
2 points.
No, 7 points. He put 7 points on the board.
You said a couple. I thought it was 2.
It was figure of speech, Randy. Couple points. I don't know. Trying to be cool about it.
What language? Keon, are you jumping on this? What language? You jumping on this, Keon?
What are we doing?
I believe it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history.
All right.
Are you ready?
Well, you said the thing, so start the thing.
On this date in Big George's sports history. There we go.
Back in the year 1919, in his first start as a member of the Cleveland Indians since being traded from the Boston Red Sox, right-handed pitcher Ray Caldwell was knocked unconscious after being struck by lightning with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. The 31-year-old spitballer, who was unconscious for 5 minutes, refused to leave the game, needing just 1 more out to complete game victory. He went out there and he did it. Yeah, got that other out, 2-1 victory over the Athletics right there. So getting hit by lightning and finishing the game. You don't have anybody finishing anything these days. You just have, metrics.
If you hear that, everybody's running for the dugout. Everybody.
Well, I've told people for years, if you're driving down the road and you hear, static, the next thing you picture in your mind is us running, screaming from the building like little girls. That is actually posted as procedure at CRC Broadcasting, because there's a lot of stuff there that, lightning can come through. So if the power goes out, if the lightning and then the power goes out, run screaming like a girl, and then you go home. Yeah, that's what you do, Keon. You just go home.
Okay. I didn't know that's what the procedure was. Glad that I finally know. Yeah.
There's no reason for you to get, zapped, if things get crazy. Lefty says, my child is proof that I finished at least one time. What?
Oh, boy.
Beer Bob says, is someone going to tell Randy? Is they going to let Randy in and tell him that nothing at Wendy's is 99 cents anymore? I'm pretty sure for that deal, they charge you for the more expensive item. Then you get the other item for $1.
He didn't say that in the commercial.
I didn't even listen to the commercial.
If I go rolling up at the Wendy's drive-thru and I say, I'd like a large fries, they're $3.50, please, which I think is ridiculous. And then I go, and I want to get a Dave single. See what I'm saying? Then they're stuck. They can't go back on that. See what I'm saying?
Well, they could probably figure it out. Right?
They can't go back on that. Oh, we can't do that, sir. You have to buy the single, not the French fries. And the single is like $19. No.
Single's $19.
No, I ordered the French fries for $3.50. Now I want my Dave single for nothing. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so then they'll say, hold on a second, and they get a manager, and he's like, I'm sorry, we had to clear the computer here, and so you're like a Dave single, and then for $1 you can have the Slurpee. Or
no. Listen, here's what's going to happen if you don't give me the way I ordered it. I'm sending Jeffrey in there. He's going to kick your ass. Okay.
No, I will go in there and kick their ass, but I don't think we're going to win. We're not going to win your request for the trying to scam them. For cheap food.
Well, then that's it. I'm going to Frederico's.
Frederico's?
Yeah, I'm going to Frederico's.
Where's that?
Where's that?
I'm getting the five taco roll, the rolled tacos. The hell with Wendy's then. And you buy one, get one. I'm going to Frederico's.
Where's Frederico's?
They're all over town. There's Frederico's. There's
you mean Philberto's?
Yeah. No, there's Frederico's too. Yeah,
so Frederico's has
right down the damn street here.
Philberto's has cat. I don't remember.
Philberto's,
okay.
Frederico's. Yeah, I'm going there. I'm getting the 5 rolled tacos. $5.
I guess Swazman is watching my Colts in preseason. He says, Jeffrey, Bears versus Colts rematch of Super Bowl. Long shot, but possible. Wow, he's really liking what's going on in the preseason game. Pump the brakes, Swazman. It's preseason, but I'm glad to hear that our new quarterback is doing all right. Hefty Lefty says, I miss the days when Wendy's chili was unlimited after 3 p.m. Made a really cheap but filling meal when I was poor and working over at Dillard's.
Really did. I remember those days.
It was unlimited because they're like, we got to get this crap out of this pot.
It was, but you would get some of those crispy bites in there. Oh, my God.
Big George says, having been to a Wendy's here in California, Randy's not far off from his $19 Dave single. Oh, I told you guys the other day I went through the Burger King and I was like, hey, I want a Whopper with cheese, no onion, no pickle, and no tomato because I was driving. Want to eat while I'm driving. And give me a shake. It was like $12. Like, holy crap.
It's $12.50. Yeah, it's $12.50.
Holy crap. I was like, I shouldn't have got the shake.
You could get a large beverage. It'd be the same thing.
I'm sitting there slurping on my shake while I explain to my kid why he's not going to be able to go to college now.
You see, team,
right here.
That's why you always carry a six-packer around with you. Keep it in the car. Then you don't have to have any sort of beverages. You've got an icy cold, a soda pop or water right there in your six-packer.
What do you mean? My what?
Your six-packer, the cooler.
A cooler.
You know what a six-packer is?
Well, yeah, I mean, you
everybody,
how do you keep it cold?
You put ice in there. You get those ice blocks. You know what I mean?
Like
reusable.
an awful lot of work.
You put those in there and you throw some beverages in there, and then you got your ice packer there, your six-packer, and then you don't have to buy the drink. See what I'm talking about? It's all about giving it back to the man. See what I'm saying?
I saw a guy once. This is back in the days of payphones, and he was in this old Camaro, and he's sitting there. He's drinking and driving, but he's got like a restaurant beer glass, and he's just sitting there driving, just drinking from that. He like walked out of a bar with that. So I was like, oh crap! Called 911. I said, hey, there's a guy who's drinking and driving in this old ass Camaro going down this road, and they're like, what do you want us to do? What? He's drinking and driving. She's like, just don't be in front of him. Do you want me to follow him to his house? No. Don't do that.
I'm not saying you drink and drive by any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying take your waters and your soda pops with you. That's
Seems
what
like
I'm
an
saying.
awful lot of work for waters and soda.
Oh,
pops.
it's easy. You 5 minutes in the morning, and then you throw that in the car. You're good to go.
Hefty Lefty says Subway $13 for a foot long now. Wow.
I remember when they were $5.
$5 foot long. What the hell? Oh, by the way, see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. at Dave & Buster's at the Tempe Marketplace. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. It's Daily Blender 50.